Hello everybody, this is Alw0. I'm here with my friend racing Paper Mario. Hi friends.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jake
Hello.
Popdart.
And I'm Hackedia.
So today we're gonna showcase a run of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door for the 80% category. 80% means you just need you beat the game as fast as possible, no restriction at all. So you're gonna see many glitches. And I think we can start just now if you're ready, guys.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Race is starting in 10 seconds. Good luck, have fun, guys.
Good luck.
Okay,
Have
good luck, guys.
fun.
Alright, so Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, one of the best Mario RPG of all time, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a pretty unique RPG. The battle system is really cool. We have action commands, so instead of just selecting attacks like in a normal RPG, we also have to press a button at a certain time to do extra damage or to block, so that's going to be really useful. We'll be talking about that more later. But sort of one of the reasons this game is so iconic. It's very unique, the battle system. We're just going to be mashing text for the first few minutes of the run. A lot of cutscenes in this game. Sort of a slow starter, but once the run gets going, it gets pretty crazy.
The story related, we are with the brother Luigi, and we just received a letter from Peach asking Mario to just go to meet her because she needs to give us something else, apparently. But we have a map. And who says map say treasure, of course. So we're gonna go in Rockport and see what happened.
Yeah, so you might notice we were playing on the Japanese version of the game. There's sort of too many differences between the Japanese version and the US PAL versions to list, but it's a bit faster because essentially there's a method of a glitch that we're going to be doing later on called palace skip. That's a bit faster and easier to do on the Japanese version. That, as well as some other version differences, sort of just make JP a little bit easier to play, but US is viable as well, just a bit harder. Everyone assumes it's because the text is faster on the Japanese version, which happens to be true, but that's not why we're playing on the Japanese version, so pretty complicated there, but we got our first mini boss fight of the run coming up right here, Lord Crump. We're gonna be trying to do a super guard in this fight to save a little bit of time, and the fight in 2 turns instead of 3. The 3-frame window to press B right before we get attacked to do 1 counter damage and not take any damage.
I'm not washed.
Nice. Not washed.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
One of us is.
Hackedia is washed. Oh no. Always feels bad to miss
Damn.
the super guard, but it only loses a few seconds.
Well, he gets it the second time. That's fine. So yeah, as Jake said, the super guard is a 3-frame window. So this is the only technique that you have to not get damage from the opponent. You can also use something called the guard, who reduce by 1 the attack of the opponent. Like if the opponent dealing like 5 damage, if you guard you will take 4 damage instead of 5, but if you do super guard, you will get 0 damage, but the opponent will get 1.
Yeah,
like
it's frame
it's
again.
like a counter.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
parry,
against
as
eight
people
on-
like to call them in other games, which I kind of hate that term. Super guard sounds cooler.
Yeah.
And the Super God is kind of new from the Paper Mario 64.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's not a
It's the
thing
same
in Paper Mario.
engine. But yeah, Paper Mario TTYD is kind of the 2.0 of Paper Mario 64. Same engine, same mechanics, little bit improved. But there is a lot of same stuff in it.
This is our first partner of the run here, Goombella. She's going to be very useful for a lot of glitches later on. Her ability we can just press X to use her ability, and she will tell us a little bit about where we are or whatever NPC we're in front of. She's sort of designed to, you know, help give you hints if you're stuck somewhere. So it doesn't seem like she should be helpful at all for the run, but she is actually pretty broken. So we'll get to see that later on. And there is a small chance that this Goomba walks backwards out of this cutscene, so we always hope that happens because it's really funny when it... Oh, didn't happen for me.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, well. Next time. We're gonna go break Zesty's contact lens over here. She dropped her contact, and as soon as we move, we're gonna break it, and then she's gonna block this entrance to Westside Rogueport until after Chapter 1 when we buy her a new contact lens. So just getting this cutscene out of the way now so we can just buy the contact lens once we come back to Rogueport later. We're going to order her a new one right here when we talk to this guy. We're going to get some items. Items are very, very powerful early game, especially fire flowers and fright masks.
So Honey Syrup will get you 5 FP. The Fry Mask will, by some odds, try to leave the enemy in a battle. Like, you can win a fight just using a Fry Mask. That's going to be very helpful for the Chapter 3. And the Fire Flowers deals 3 damage to every opponent on the field. That's also a very, very powerful item on the beginning. So since there is this tiny cutscene where someone is robbing you instantly when you arrive, we're gonna use our money to buy item.
Yep.
This way we saved some coin in a way.
Yeah, right.
And introduce the best character of the game, Gunstein.
We love Frankly around here.
Yeah.
Frankly's actually going to get to join us for the run for a little bit longer than you might expect, which is always fun.
Don't spoil.
Well, I always forget to mention it until it's like an hour into the run, so I figured I'd say something now before I forget.
So yeah, your first mission here, after talking to this guy, is like, he's gonna introduce you to the sewers, where there is the 1000-year door. And since you have the map, it's like, you are the hero, you know? So...
Yeah, we have the magic map. We're gonna say no to taking this tutorial right here, hopefully.
Yeah, I avoid the tutorial map.
Let's go. You gotta press up and then A there to avoid the tutorial. If you mash A, you will take it. Or if you mash B.
And it's very long.
Yeah, it's like over a minute long, I think. Somewhere around there. Yeah, so the Goombas have a 100% chance to run from a Fright Mask, so it's gonna be pretty helpful. Fright Masks give you 0 star points when you use them on an enemy, so it's gonna be a really, really good way for us to control exactly how much star power we get, which is helpful because we don't want to lose peril at a time we aren't intending to. So you get fully healed whenever you level up. So being able to control that's pretty good. Okay. And if we touch one of these overworld enemies, we start an encounter, which is going to lose about 10 seconds. So we're going to try really hard to avoid these guys. But, you know, nobody's perfect, so if that happens, it's okay. Just gonna go ahead and jump on that guy to kill him.
Wow, I'm getting a lot of lag.
There, I pressed A during a small window at the end of the fight, which gives you a glitch called Speed Glitch. So Mario gets to move quite a bit faster there, and he's also got his direction locked, so he does a little moonwalk there. I'm gonna grab this hidden badge right here. Badges are gonna be really useful later on so that we can sell them. A lot of badges sell for upwards of 50 coins.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah, and also encounter we're gonna make us drop some money, and
Yeah.
it can be a problem because we wanna save them later to buy some objects for chapter 3.
Yeah, so we have we
And
picked up a
now-
black key earlier, and now we found this black chest. Pretty convenient. We're just gonna see what's in this chest, you know? And it's a curse. Oh no. Yeah, the game likes to, you know, this is a very funny game. We haven't mentioned yet, but they like to frame these power-ups as curses. So we can transform into a plane now on one of these panels, which is pretty terrible.
in the paper
And,
world.
We got blooper skip coming up. We'd normally be taken to the 1,000-year door right here, but if we go to the room where we would normally fight blooper, we can jump on the very first frame we enter the room and then jump again frame perfectly when we land on the ground. Then we can make it to the boat panel. If we jump in the water from there, the game will not properly respawn us at the start of the room. It spawns us at 0, 0. Since the game needs 2 frames to properly update Mario's hazard respawn coordinates. Yeah, just 2 frame perfect jumps, and we can make it to the platform in the middle of the room and
Wow.
take the invisible pipe to chapter
Just
1.
got it first try.
Nice.
Nice.
Close.
So
Ah, close. I'm missing that second
this
jump
one
there.
is very tough, yeah, because two frame perfect in a row, it's
Nice.
kind of tricky, yeah.
Third try.
And by the way, we're gonna take a commentary from if we are taken for the race, so we'll be able to focus more on the game because there is a lot
Yeah.
of tricky frame perfect stuff.
Yeah, commentating the run live is sort of hard, but we're doing our best. So yeah, we have to sort of front load stuff. You know, we got to talk about the glitches before we get to them so we can actually shut up and focus when we're there.
Yeah, this glitch is hard, but for some reason this is the glitch we are doing the most because it's on the beginning of the run, so we are used to it. It's a few years. But when you learn the game, it's definitely hard to perform 2 perfect jump like this.
So are you going for
So
bridge
we're gonna
skip, Alw0?
progress. Oh, I didn't save. I'm stupid.
I'll save and try it here just for the fun of it.
All right.
Ooh.
Hopefully I don't regret it. Okay. Yeah, there's another hazard respawn glitch we can do. Oops. Didn't have my memory card in. There's another hazard respawn glitch we can do here to skip the bridge. Hazard respawn glitch doesn't work the same in every room. In this room coming up, it doesn't start updating our hazard respawn position until we get pretty far to the right. So we can just do 1 frame perfect jump onto the candy cane. Oh my gosh, he was hiding behind the pipe. That was so weird. Okay. We can do 1 frame perfect jump onto the candy cane and then jump into the water. And the game will spawn us right in the middle, on top of the water, and then we can do 1 more frame perfect jump off the water, the other side of the bridge. So hopefully I can get this frame perfect jump. Oops. Well, I don't get to try bridge skip, but at least I don't have to die now. And I got an encounter. Cool. Well, I tried.
So there is a little
Can't blame you.
there is a little optimization to fasten our path, which is called speed swapping. So when you go on diagonal, you have the same speed, but you have a better velocity. And if you start going in diagonal and then jump and do perfect jump as a frame perfect jumps, you're gonna conserve the speed, this velocity, and will be able to gain some frames each jump. But it really requires to do frame perfect jumps, and you can see it because visually Mario is showing his back, when he's jumping. So when you see us doing some jump with Mario with his back, you can assume we are doing frame perfect jumps. So during our way, so now we are going to the seawall of the city, and in our way we're gonna take some items for fasten the fights. And then we're gonna have our first fights, mandatory fights, and they are very difficult because you're not supposed to do them without an object which is hidden in front of the building. And the game is kind of teaching you to look pretty everywhere to find some hidden objects that can help you through the games.
Item.
Yeah, so right there, Mario got an email. Whenever we get an email, we get those blue text box explaining how to check our email. We're not going to check that right now. We're actually going to do that a little bit later on when we need to do a badge equip. So we're going to have to open the pause menu anyways. But yeah, checking our email at least once in the run will prevent us from getting those blue text boxes. So we're going to be doing that a bit later on. And yeah, right there... Oh, gotta be quiet. Right there, I dragged the enemy over to the left side of his area. A lot of enemies have predetermined zones that they can't travel out of, so you can sort of bait them to one edge and then run past them.
There is a lot of randomness on the fight. For example, on the fight where Jake is, like you can have the decor, how you say in English?
The background.
Yeah,
The
stage
background
hazards and background falling and stuff.
Yeah, the background, the sailing, everything can happen to you during a fight. You always have to be aware.
Mm-hmm.
You can have light, stuff like that. That can ruin your game. There is a lot of references to the theater because during a fight you have a public.
Yeah, there's no audience right now, actually, as a side effect of us doing blooper skip. Since we didn't go to the 1,000-year door, we don't have the audience here watching us and filling up our star power. There's no star power gauge either, so. Some side effects of blooper skip there, as well as the fact that we have Frankly following us. Because, yeah,
Best
he
side effect.
normally stops following us once we go to the 1,000-year door, but we haven't done that. So. I'm not trying to get that right now. We'll get that later.
So after this quiz, you need to go into those sewers again to grab a moonstone and a sandstone. And you have to deal with some annoying fuzzy, as I just show you. It can be very annoying because you don't really know where they're gonna be.
Yeah, they have a very huge RNG pattern, which makes them very hard to avoid. They don't really notice you until you see the exclamation point on their head. But they're pretty tough, yeah.
Also, always got to
In the
mention it's
Japanese
funny
version, they
how
don't. Yeah.
funny how Frankly's just standing here awkwardly during the quiz, right next to this guy. Yeah, the answers are the same every time, by the way, so don't need to know Japanese to do that quiz. Just have to remember 3, 4, 2, 3, 1.
Wow, today they are very annoying. Wow. I lost my lead to Hackedia.
Yeah, I got some luck here. I mean, they were not very annoying. Until now, maybe.
Yeah. As we were talking about earlier, fire flowers are very overpowered in the early game. We can just clear out these fights with one fire flower very easily.
So here's the Golden Fuzzy, the second mini boss of the chapter 1. He has 10 damage, 10 HP, my bad. And when he passes the 4 first HP, he's calling all the Fuzzy family, you know. So you need to deal with that, and we're gonna use a Fire Flower and a Super Guard to deal the 10 damage in 2 turns. It's very important to get this Super Guard. And I got it. So now he's at 5, so we're gonna jump twice and use the Fire Flower for the last 3 damage.
And now we're gonna leave the SeaWorld to go back to the village, to the city.
Alright, hopefully I can get a good gold fuzzy fight here. I got some catching up to do.
Alright, I'm gonna get the ink coupon because I got 2 encounters.
Man, I've gotten like 5 encounters already.
Okay, you doing the old badge route maybe to get the coin block? No?
No, I think I'll just grab like fire flower and coupon.
Okay. So yeah, getting some encounters
shit.
losing time, but it's also when you leave a battle, you will leave behind you 5 coins, and coins are very important for the beginning because you need coins to do the big shopping before chapter 3. So there is some backups, of course, but each runner has his pretty much own backup, so Jake know perfectly how to deal with that.
Man, I can't hit the gold fuzzy super guard. Oh, well.
Damn. In this situation, do you prefer to have only 1 fire flower for the red bones, or you
No,
prefer losing the
I
turn?
just take the extra turn.
Yeah. I hate not having the 2 fire flower for red bones.
Yeah, actually, this boss can spawn another enemy, so can make it very annoying.
To introduce the second character here, Coops. So basically what he can do is helping you to fix some puzzle in the game, activate some switches because you can throw it away while you click like this. So for tiny puzzle and for some battle, he will be very important. Although through the game you don't really use Coops a lot in this run. Yeah, just for the beginning actually.
Yeah, he's pretty useful for some tricks and glitches later on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be our glitch man. We'll be able to do a lot of stuff with him.
Yeah, especially the jump storage.
It would allow us to store like some infinite jumps, which are very, very interesting. That we will cover later.
Oh my!
It's fine. You can get some encounters. I encountered that Goomba 2 times. When I tried bridge skip, I spawned right on top of him, and then I tried to jump over him after leaving the room, or when I was trying to leave the room. Pretty funny.
I think it's my worst Pital Meadow since a while. Gonna be a 13 Pital Meadow, damn.
You must be doing something wrong, man. My Petal Meadows is 6 minutes long, but I also have a quirk quiz split.
Oh yeah, okay. Now you arrive in the Hooktail Castle, so that's pretty much the boss castle, where you're gonna get your next curse to progress through the game. A very important badge called Super Bounce. No?
Power bounce.
Power Bounce.
Power bounce. Yeah. This
Yeah.
first room can be very annoying.
Yeah, that room that Alw0's in is really, really bad. These turtles can be pretty difficult to deal with, and power bounce is just going to go whichever way it wants. It's just a 50-50 whether it goes left or right, so it can be really annoying to deal with.
And we didn't mention that, but the reason why we have Cruz here is because he wants to found his father, who left the home many years ago.
So there's a glitch I try to perform, but I'm not very good at it. Maybe Jake will showcase it.
Oh yeah, red bones early. I got that in the last one, but yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, there's a trick that you can do when you're interacting with red bones, where you do 2 frame perfect inputs, and you can start the encounter instantly after you get pushed back, so you don't have to hammer through the bones. Saves a very small amount of time, but it's very swag to get since it's 2 frame perfect inputs for such small amount of time save. Alright, good power bounce. Alright, let's see if I can get red bones early to catch up here. Hopefully so. Save 2 whole seconds. That'll surely save the whole minute I'm behind, you know?
So what Jake is trying to do, he wants to skip the hammer animation where you hammer pretty
Nope.
much all the
Oh my
doors
God.
in the room.
Yeah, so
So
I
you
need to
can
jump
save
right
the
there right
sequence.
after I interact with red bones, or else it doesn't work. You have to jump a frame after interacting with red bones, technically 2 frames. And then also jump or hammer right before the next text bubble pops up.
I fall from the block, had to do it over again.
No, no. Yeah, right here we're gonna upgrade BP. It's very important we do not upgrade FP. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later on when we get to chapter 7. Have to deal with final bosses, but for now we're just gonna upgrade BP. Gonna make the hooktail fight slightly more annoying. That's why we bought honey syrups, so we can keep our FP full enough to actually use power bounce. This is a trick called flip skip right here. Can make this jump. Just barely. And then we can do a sort of down and up movement there after we jump to get to the key and skip hitting that switch, which flips the staircase back and forth. Saves a good 10-15 seconds or something like that.
We just found another black chest. So we're gonna get the second curse here, introducing the paper mode. One of the most important ability in this run and in this game. Especially for the next glitches.
Absolutely.
So now we're gonna take some time to take this badge and set up our menu. To equip the badge that are useful for the next boss, and also to read our first mails that will prevent the game to trigger the tutorial that say, "Hey, there is mails in the game. Wanna try?" So also we're gonna equip a badge that will just badge that do a sound when we are doing some action during a fight with Mario. And as the boss is allergic to this sound, we'll be able to do a lot of damage to him, and we'll able
This
to...
badge is like a frog sound, and it's pretty much the weakness of Hooktail. So we need this badge to deal a lot of damage. and to reduce the damage we get from Hooktail too. Like if you don't have this badge, this guy can deal you 5-6 damage per turn, I believe.
Yeah, 5 damage, I think.
Yeah, so you better have this badge
Yeah.
if you do this run.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many times, but I forget to equip this badge so many times in the past.
Yeah, I've done an all or no badges playthrough before, and Hooktail
Wow.
is really
Oh.
hard for that reason.
Yeah, close to impossible mode.
Yeah, you basically just have to spam fire flowers and heals and stuff.
So what we just did here was called the Windows jump.
Oh my god.
You have a switch then you can activate to have like the bridge pretty much to come across the room. But you can also use a big jump with the speed swap or whatever the jump is to just skip the paper animation of the bridge.
Yeah, there's actually a really cool backup that you can do if you miss window jumps. So hopefully I will fail window jump for that reason. So I can showcase the
I hope
cool
you
backup.
won't. I hope you won't.
Yeah, the out of band is very cool to see.
Yeah, I
To
know.
go back.
I am behind though, so I don't want to lose more time.
I'm gonna grab an extra Oni syrup here just to prevent myself losing extra turn on the boss fight. And we just met Miss Mouse, a special character in this game who loves badges and money. So
Yeah, very good character.
she's pretty much in every chapter, more or less.
Which is an
I-
optional.
I miss it,
Oh,
but
no.
maybe you can see that on Hackedia's screen. When you leave a battle, you have a frame where you can press A, and if you press A at the right moment, you will get some big speed, improving Mario speed by 225 on the Japanese, I believe. I think it's 225. Might be wrong though.
Maybe I think 225 is English, and on US it's like or on JP it's like 250, 270, something like that.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
It's fast.
So yeah, when you leave a battle, pressing A on a specific frame will get you more speed. So if you lose time getting an encounter, you want to get that at least to go faster when you leave the battle. This tiny trick is called speed glitch. And
Hopefully I can get it
there
right
is
here.
actually a difference between the
Yeah, there we go.
English PAL version and the Japanese version because the speed is not the same. We don't know why. Climbing the tower where the boss fight is. There is a tiny enemy in front of the next door. It's very annoying to deal with. I'm gonna help to... So what I just did was I make him noticing me. Then he's blocked by the wall and I can safely pass around him. It's a bit hard because you don't
It's a
really
bait.
see what you're doing, but you need to
Yeah.
get the exclamation mark timing to know, okay, he noticed me, should be on the wall, now I can go. It's tricky, but not like hard. Just takes
So-
a few attempts to do.
Here's the final boss of the chapter. We're
The
gonna
boss
use
of the
power
game.
bounce already.
I wish.
We're gonna use power bounce. It will require a lot of focus. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, I did 7.
So
Damn.
you wanna do power bounce, and at some point it's gonna be frame perfect when you see the blue text.
Yeah, once you get to the 9th bounce, it's frame perfect. And
Are
then
you sure? I thought it was when you have the excellent text, which is the blue one.
No. No, it starts at 8 frames and goes down 1 every bounce.
Okay.
I did the fast backup where you are using coops instead of getting the FP back. I will use coops on the second phase, and I will hope to do 10 jump. just to make the fight a little bit faster.
I did a terrible fight.
That's okay. I need to catch up a little bit.
True.
Perfect.
Make the race more interesting.
Is that the kind of fight you really need to focus on your jumps?
Yeah, I did 7 bounce on the second phase.
Oh, same.
Yeah, not really the best fight. But
It's a hard fight, man. Frame perfect bounces are tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends if you are in a good day or in a bad day. Actually. Yesterday I did 9 3 times. Today I did 7 3 times.
Yeah, it won't be our best
30
run.
Yeah, 35 in a race. I will take
Must be nice.
that. That's because you attempt to do Britskip to showcase. It's okay, bro. You know where you're gonna save time on the BTS section. You know it.
Maybe if I'm lucky.
I mean, lucky. This is skill based.
Oh, maybe.
So now we just saw like the father of Coops like
Yeah,
living
we didn't
from
mention that, yeah.
the body of Octane. He was hidden here for like 10 years. He managed to survive, and now Coops is very happy to see his father back. And that's how we end the chapter. And we retrieve our first crystal star. And that's now where we're gonna break the game very hard.
Yeah.
So for now, after every chapter, you're gonna have 2 intermissions. One for Peach, so we will be able to see what's happening in Peach side, and after that we have the Bowser POV point of view. So here we can see like she's been kept somewhere in a very strange place, very modern, very futuristic. And if you pay attention to the windows in the next room, you will see like you're not in Earth, you're somewhere in space. Actually, if you paid attention while you were young and were playing this game, you could be kind of anticipating what was happening.
Yeah, so we got a good 6 minutes or so here before we get to control Mario again.
So perfect
Nice,
time for some donation.
Good time for donations, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. So this character with one is our main antagonist here. Bowser will not be the antagonist of this Mario game
Well, I guess
for the
I'm
first
taking
one.
the shower.
For
I'm
once.
the-
And actually, it will be.
Oh yeah, right.
It will help us in.
Well, since I'm on the lead, I'm gonna take the shower to just showcase this.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cutscene. where
Frankly's
Peach
in there
is
with you,
shower
which I don't
while-
really like. I don't appreciate that Frankly's there.
Yeah.
You want me to take a shower?
No, not you. Just me because I was in the lead. You're fine.
So now I'm taking the lead now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Thanks to the shower. Okay. We did
So,
that for a marathon at
Peach
the
has a
incentive.
beautiful new haircut now, as you can see.
Wow.
That's beautiful, yeah.
How sweet.
But now we cross the door, she doesn't have the haircut anymore. That's so stupid. I wanted her to keep it, you know?
Yeah, it's
That's a
dumb.
shame.
I don't know why they did that.
So we used that as an incentive for a marathon earlier, 2
Yeah,
years
we
ago.
did that for the French marathon. Like, 10k to make Peach take the shower.
Wow.
Could be something.
Yeah, there's another incentive
It's a
that
huge
we're
bait.
hopefully going to be able to show off later as well, but we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get past chapter 3.
Yeah.
It's a very huge bait to incentive bait to.
Yeah, I think it's a very, very good incentive. This one that we're talking about later. I don't really want to spoil it quite yet because it's pretty cool, but we'll see it later.
So we are meeting Tech here. Tech is a big computer that's supposed to know everything in the world, you know, but
A
there
supercomputer.
is actually something he don't know, because when he look Peach video, like he's starting to get, I don't know, weird, you know. The computer is hot. He don't know what to think.
It's like
about
what
it.
happened to your computer earlier, Alw0.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he wants
So,
Peach
yeah, yeah.
to teach him what is love, you know. Because maybe he's falling in love right now. About this beautiful princess.
And frankly, he's just there for emotional support.
And of course, since we are teaching Tech what is love, we are asking him in return to just send an email to Mario, you know, telling Mario what we are doing right now. Well, I'm fine. I don't know where am I, but I meet a computer who is friendly, you know. Take your time, save me, bye.
Save me whenever it's convenient.
Now we're gonna see Bother side. So as you saw, maybe Bother is not the bad guy of the story, or not yet, I would say. He's actually wants to be with Peach like always. So it's gonna take his. I don't know how would you call this in English, like the tiny vehicle.
Oh,
The
good
what?
question.
The tiny what?
The flying car.
Oh,
Bodo is
yeah, the
building
flying
to-
car, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is this? What
Good
is
name.
this? You know?
Good name.
That's a weird one. I wish I had one, is all I know.
Even in France, we don't have a one. So I don't know if we explained it, but frankly, he's following us everywhere because we never end the prologue. So we're gonna say it everywhere, even in the cutscenes. So it really became a meme in the community because he's pretty everywhere. That's insane.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's really
He's,
funny too, because there's obviously not supposed to be a follower here, so he's just in really weird positions during the cutscenes, which makes it even funnier.
Omnipresent like a god.
Back to the real world now. We're gonna get a special badge here. This is pretty much the badge of the route called Mega Rush P. When you have only 1 HP, you will deal 5 more damage to the enemy. So that's very powerful. And you can have other badge who works additionally with this one. So you can do a lot of damage if you have many badge.
Yeah, just with Power Rush and Mega Rush alone stacking together, that's +7, which, if you know anything about the numbers in this game, that is quite a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Especially when you have stuff like Power Bounce where you can, you know, attack multiple times at once. But we'll talk more about that later. We don't get to use any of those strats for a little bit.
Maybe we'll be able to showcase the cycle early in this room.
Wow, I just fell into the water.
Oh no.
So good at the game.
Same, dude. Yeah, that's a nice use of speed swaps there. We can move up for just a tiny bit to get that extra bit of speed, and then switch it over to the left. So we can clear the gap here for these cycles. Or not.
Yep. Same for me.
I was looking.
It happens. Okay, I didn't fall in twice at least, you know?
So the goal is to go to the 1000-year door to deposit our crystal star that we just got. That way, the map is gonna show up on the pedestal, and we will see what we need to go for the next part of the game. Each time you get a crystal star, you need to go back here to just have the route again, you know. So a little bit of backtracking, but we are used to it.
And now the main objective will be to go to chapter 2 only to take the ultra boots. And it's quite at the end of the chapter. So to prevent that, we're just gonna open the gates to be able to go in the chapter 2. And then we're gonna do a glitch to go to the very late chapter to trigger a late sequence that we'll be able to, when we come back, we're gonna have finished the chapter 2. So then we're gonna just enter the chapter 2, go straight to the ultra boots, and that will be it for the chapter 2.
Super boots.
Super boots.
So there for the ultra boots, sorry.
Super boots.
So oh yeah, super boots, my bad. Yeah,
Said it
ultra boots
twice.
is where
So just doubling down on Ultra Boots. Doesn't care.
super boots, yeah.
So yeah, this game is like a sequence game run, you know, where you're gonna go in chapter 7, you're gonna go back in chapter 2, you visit chapter 3, then you go back in chapter 7, and you go back in chapter 8 after that. The
In
reason
chapter
why we
3.
are doing this is in this game, when you are in a post-state chapter, like let's say chapter 8, the game is like open everywhere. It's like the game knows then you beat the game already. So
Yeah.
if we find a way to go like in the late game while we are in the early game, the game will be done basically, more or less, because it's not like everything. The downside is everything is beaten, but not all the gates are opened.
Yeah,
You can
basically
understand
doing
that
stuff in
very
a
soon.
doing stuff in a late game state allows us to skip lots of cutscenes and stuff like that. So, you know, basically, like when we go to chapter 2 later to get super boots, we get to just go right in, and we don't have to get flurry or do any of the puny stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, it will very be useful for the chapter 2.
So yeah, we're about to go up and do a shop to get some items that we're gonna need for chapter 3 when we get there. But before that, we're gonna have to do, or after that, we're gonna be doing a trick called teleport room early, and it's gonna require a lot of focus. It's a very, very difficult trick, so I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about it now while we still can. Yeah, basically, we're gonna be going to chapter 7 state early, and in order to do that, we're gonna be clipping into the teleporter room. You'd normally only be able to take that from chapter 7 to Rogueport, but if you clip inside, you can activate the button and take the teleporter to chapter 7. So basically, we have to use this tech called unspin jumps, where we enter paper mode, and then we jump on the same frame that we release paper mode. So frame perfect trick there. And that lets us move around at a higher speed while we're still in paper mode, so we have a smaller hitbox. So we need to do that while we're also holding a perfect angle of 358, or just -2, just 2 angles to the left of directly up. Oh, I need this. Whoops. And that is very difficult. Holding a non-notch angle perfectly is really difficult. And we also have to do the unspin jump in about a 2-frame window as we pass the crack in the door. So not only are we doing a frame perfect trick to do an unspin jump, we also have to be holding a perfect angle. It's a very, very, very tight window when we need to actually do the unspin jump. So it's a very hard trick.
There is a 2-frame window in the crack, but it's separated by 1. That's why we kind of,
Yeah.
when we pass through, we kind of vibrate on it.
It's very, very tricky. But hopefully we can all get it within a reasonable amount of time. I've definitely struggled with this trick many times before.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, we won't talk a lot, obviously, until someone gets it first. So yeah, as you saw, we were about to enter chapter 2, but we left instantly. And now it's gonna be chapter 7 time, because this part of the game is just open at the end of the game, usually. And being in chapter 7, this is not enough. Like, you need to do something, activate a certain flag to have like all the enemies, all the ocean, and tells to the game that you are here, you know? So we are gonna do the theory.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a setup here where I reset my neutral angle so I don't have to actively focus on holding the perfect angle when I'm trying the trick. You can just hold start Y and X for a few seconds and it'll reset your neutral. So now it thinks my neutral angle is 358.
Wow.
Sounds like somebody got it fast.
I'm good at the glitch today.
Nice, me too. And then, yeah, I'm going to use Coops right there once we're inside, because if I leave him on the outside and then take the teleporter, we won't actually leave for a few extra seconds. Coops will jump against the door for a bit. Oh, that was a really good TRE. Nice. I needed that, man. I was struggling this race. I really needed a good TRE to come back.
So yeah, we're gonna read these red notes over there. These no, touch me. Okay. So these notes tells to the game then we are here. So every enemies are here. If you don't read these notes, this guy over there he's not here. You cannot activate the elevator. You cannot get this key. Like nothing is here. You just have the rooms, you know, but nothing inside.
That note, by the way, just tells you the code. There's a code we're going to be entering to enter a room coming up in a bit. And that's what that note is. It tells you what the code is, but for some reason, it's also tied to sequence. So that's really, really convenient for us. It's nice we have a way to actually advance sequence. Ah, darn it. That was bad. I got confused about how to avoid this guy. Pretty simple, actually. I just forgot what to do.
Okay, I just showcased some moonwalk over there because I got an encounter.
Yeah,
it was
same.
really, really awesome because you do the... Oh no, I got the... Okay, this game is fantastic, as you can see.
Yeah, I'm not getting the camera glitch. No thanks, dude. Not me. I'll pass on that. You enjoy that, Alw0. Yeah,
Okay,
basically,
so
if you get
I
speed
struggled
glitch,
a
the
lot on
camera
this glitch.
locks. So.
To show you how hard it is, of course.
Yo, congrats, Hackedia.
Nice, man.
What's tough?
Let's go. Yeah, TRE is honestly one of those tricks. I didn't want to say it until we were all past it, but TRE is one of those tricks that, for me, I'll sometimes spend 10 minutes trying to get it. It's really hard. That doesn't happen very often, but it is a really hard trick. So sometimes it does just sort of break on you. But we're all doing good today. We all made it past TRE. Oops. Forgot what the answer was. Whoops. Yeah, we technically we could just read the red note and then leave, because all we really need to do right now is advance sequence. But it's actually really useful to complete all this stuff now. Later on, when we are ready to finish Chapter 7, we've already got everything we need, so we can just go straight to Magnus 2.
So what we are doing here is getting all the elevator keys and the other keys too. I think you mentioned that. Maybe I'm just re-talking about what you just said.
No, I
focused on
didn't
my game.
specify what we were actually doing. Yeah, we're collecting
Okay.
the elevator keys and card keys that we need to finish the chapter. So yeah, that's a good point. Whoops. Got a
You
little
could do
greedy
that
there.
later when you come back here, but it's actually good to do it now because like you are here, so why not?
So yeah, I guess we talked about the quiz when I was doing theory. The quiz is back again in this chapter.
I will let my friend explain what we are doing right now. 'Cause
Oh
I
yeah,
really
so
don't know
of
how
course.
to explain.
Jump storage. So basically, there's a flag in this game called jump storage where we can get a state that the game thinks we're jumping. So if we have that state and then walk up a step like this step right here where the teleporter is, and then start pressing A, we'll start jumping, but we won't ever start falling down until we release A, actually. So we can get jump storage by setting Coops up right here, and then we can just use him a few frames before we open the door. I'm rushing the A input there. Pretty easy, but it is a frame-perfect trick, actually, so yeah. Coops up here. I can tell if I get it because Coops will disappear for a few frames, just like that. I know I have jump storage. And now we're going to use this to get Ultra Hammer early. So, Ultra Hammer is pretty iconic upgrade, you know? It's right there, and, you know, you see it in Prologue as soon as you get there. I feel like, you know, as a kid, I was always like, oh man, I want to get what's in that cool chest as soon as you start playing the game, you know? But so it's cool to actually be able to get it early. But yeah, we're just going to walk up this step. Some people use this step. I like to use this step over here. And just fly up to the chest, and then we can open it as we pass in front of it. Sort of like flip skip.
Nice. Didn't miss it. Yeah, Jake is taking his time because you really don't want to go back in the sewers.
Yep.
To get the jump storage.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ultra Hammer early. Pretty cool trick.
And since the Ultra Hammer is the last big thing then the game gives you, so that he's gonna start crying. But she doesn't know. Then we will see her again in like.
Yeah, like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oop, I forgot to split. Yeah, so we're gonna do another trick right here called spin delay, where we're going to use a little piece of collision and enter paper mode while we're rubbing against it. And then we can open the door sort of as we are unspinning from paper mode.
Finally.
Which will sort of make the game... It forces Mario outside, even though it thinks we're inside Frankly's house. So we have a lot of stuff unloaded, like fences and stuff. So we can just walk right to double dip. Oh, I can find it. Scary. Then we can just jump in the water, spawn back up here, and enter the trouble center. And this also skips paying Gus, which is nice, because we don't have any coins right now.
Yeah. So the trouble center is mandatory here in this run to get something in the late game, but we are doing it right now. So this way, when we go back in Rockport after Chapter 3, someone will be here to... how can I say that? The trouble guy will be here in the map.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if we don't take the trouble, then
to
we won't be able to talk to Frankie later on when we get back to Rogueport. So it's just faster to take it now so that we can talk to him when we're passing through.
That's also fast because when you fall into the water, the game replaces you like in front of the trouble center.
Mm-hmm. So. By the way, that badge that we grabbed down there was double dip, which is going to be very important later on. So definitely need double dip.
And welcome in Chapter 2. Very cool chapter when you don't have to deal with ponies.
I guess, yeah, very true. Probably a good time to go ahead and start trying to talk about Jabby Hive Skip, because it's another really complicated one. So we have a little bit of time till we get there. So normally in Chapter 2, you would go through these things called Jabby fights. You would bring the punies to these rooms where there are Jabby hives, and the punies fight the Jabbies, and then they go blow up the hive. And you need to do that in order to get super boots. Oop, I forgot where I was going. You need to do that in order to get super boots. But since we're not in a chapter 2 state, we don't have any punies. And the Javies aren't even there. So we're going to need to clip into the wall and then walk around the seam to get inside the loading zone. And then we can get the super boots that way. So
Yeah,
in order
like
to
we
do
said
that...
earlier,
Sorry, go ahead.
like we said earlier, everything is opened, but not everything. Like the hive needs to play the cutscene to be opened.
Yeah, some stuff is flag-based, some stuff is sequence-based, so it's sort of weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
order to
that's
do the
very good
trick,
to
we're
say
gonna
it
have
like
to
this.
do we're gonna have to do some Goombella buffers, so some frame perfect inputs where we use Goombella and then move on the last possible frame before she actually activates, and we can
And
move
this glitch is
inside
not
the
easy,
loading
for
zone.
Sure. This is not easy.
No, yeah, it's pretty tricky. Goombella buffers alone are really hard. Then once we're inside, we can do some inputs to clip through the wall. It's sort of hard to explain. I ran out of time.
And every time you fail to enter in the loading zone, you will get the load. You will take it, and it's very annoying. Like you are watching on my screen right now.
There we go. I'm annoyed. Classic Goombella buffers.
Alright, so I'm in the loading zone right now, and I will need to perform a jump while I'm unspinning and reposing to get through the tiny cracks that nobody can see, but we know there is a crack here. Tiny enough to make Mario jump in.
Yeah, I almost got it right there. There we go. Yeah, see, sort of...
Oh, he's ahead!
Come on. There we go. Yeah, you sort of abuse the fact that the game doesn't push Mario out of walls during the pause menu. And since the wall is just curved ever so slightly, we can sort of jump and pause on the same frame, which you're normally not supposed to be able to jump and pause at the same time. But if you do them on the same frame, then you can do it. And then we can just open the pause menu and really quickly close it. We close it so we can control Mario again and just keep holding up, and we can just go right through the wall.
On my
And
way,
now we have super
guys.
boots.
Welcome back to that. It's a pretty close race.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I thought I was cooked whenever I was done with Hooktail, man. I wasn't liking my Hooktail time, but I'm in the lead now.
You did a pretty good theory.
Yeah, TRE saved me a little bit. And you taking the shower also saved me.
Yeah.
All right. So just going to try and avoid enemies on our way out of the tree, obviously. There's an item we're going to get here in the next room. Thunder Rage. Going to be really, really useful. I think I might actually use that for something a little bit different than I normally would. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Drop down here in the bubble room.
I got the segment. Alright.
And get the Thunder Rage right here.
You gold the GBI skin?
Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
everything was running through.
And we're gonna try and hopefully not get grabbed by this guy. Scary. I
Grab a
opened that
Thunder
door
Rage
earlier.
over there. This Thunder Rage is very important for the chapter 3 because there is an enemy that we can not really beat.
Yeah, otherwise it's
normally.
either Thunder Rage, Ultra Hammer, or Earth Tremor.
Special move. Yeah.
Or like if you get Koops in peril somehow, but yeah. Good luck with that. You'd also have to
I
equip
really
Mega Rush
hope-
beforehand, so yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. Could happen.
So I'm doing the old badge route since I needed to take the coin block. So I'm gonna get a badge here, then my two friends not gonna get. And that will also prevent myself to not have my full inventory after chapter 3. Like not being a problem.
So really minor optimization right here coming up. There's this thing called pause buffering. So if we enter paper mode and then pause, we'll actually continue to enter paper mode during the pause menu. And same thing goes with unspinning. Sorry, got a little distracted there. So we can basically use the pause menu as a way to save a little bit of time during unspins, since we have to wait for the pause menu to come up anyways. Yeah, we're just going to break that block right there so we don't have to break it later when we're trying to go to Chapter 8. And there's scary enemies trying to hit us. Oops. Should never go for that HRG. I always miss it.
It's like you go for it, if you fail, you don't go for it.
Right. Yeah, we're just going to grab this FP plus right here. Or not.
Yeah, I got the second one, I'm happy.
That was weird. I couldn't open the chest because I used coops. It was odd. Anyways, another sequence trigger here. We're gonna go and read this note, and that is actually gonna put us in a chapter 6 state. We didn't mention, but grabbing super boots actually puts you in a chapter 2 state. Yeah. Which is why there were enemies that weren't there that weren't there before, and then they showed up like that X-Naut in front of the door. So we were in a chapter 2 state, but now we're in a chapter 6 state after reading that note. The game thinks we're at the very end of Chapter 6. So that's Pennington. He just unlocked the Sanctum for us. And we can get the Crystal Star in there. But first...
But we won't go there now. Yeah. We're gonna save on the left side of the city. And we're gonna abuse about the gem storage one more time. Because to get the next Crystal Star, you obviously need something called Ultra Boots. And it's an item that you can only get in the chapter 6. So we need something to contourner, j'ai pas le mot. We need something to pass
around
the chapter 6 puzzle, yeah. And this thing is the gem storage.
Yeah, sadly there's no way to get jump storage in Poshley Heights right now with what we have. So we have to go all the way to the teleporter room, but thankfully... So, note about jump storage, actually. If you jump, you lose jump storage. So we would have to jump to get onto the elevator and then jump up to get into the pipe. We have to do a lot of jumping to get to Poshley Heights from here, which is why we had to make a save so that we can just get jump storage and then let one of these enemies kill us and death warp back to the save file in Poshley Heights. And that will actually... preserve our jump storage. We can actually bring jump storage from one save file to another. So
yeah, when we found that the jump storage could go across the file, we were all amazed. Like, what the heck? Okay, this means many things. Like, this means we can break the game like everywhere, basically.
Alright, so I got jump storage there again. I hope at least.
It's
kind of a very big time loss if I don't have it, but I'm pretty sure I do. It's a little bit weird, but it should be good. Yeah, we're just gonna let these guys kill us. Oh man, these hammer bros can be pretty annoying. Hopefully they actually kill me and not my partner. Oh, almost ran away.
I'm gonna go on the left fight, because usually this guy deals more than damage, and you can also jump on him to make the fight easier and faster. Perfect. Oh no, we died.
No, GG's, dude. It's over.
Very nice bait on the marathon to pretend we all died.
Yeah. Classic joke.
Back where we saved, and now we're gonna go in the Sanctum.
Gonna be very careful to make sure that I open the door when I press A and not jump. Don't want to lose jump storage.
If you jump here, you need to redo what you just. So personally, my hands is not on the controller right now.
Right? Yeah.
I'm just holding the stick with the left hand, and my right hand is like.
So they just stole the fake crystal star, the red herring that Pennington put out for them. So if we jump up to the switch at the top of the room, we can reveal the pipe to the background where the real crystal star is. So just one big super jump here. And yeah, you can land right on top of the switch with a little bit of clever movement. There we go. And then hopefully we can just walk straight towards the crystal star if these boos cooperate.
Yeah, this jump to get the switch is actually not easy because the ceiling doesn't exist in this room. Like if you hold A, you will go out of bounds.
Yeah.
There is a way to get pushed by a wall, but the jump has to be very specific.
Yeah, that is a slightly nerve-wracking jump, but it's pretty easy, but it's something you don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
And now here is the worst split of half time.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, man. You're going to get it first try. Don't worry about it.
So each runner has his own nemesis, you know, and for me, this is this split because the glitch we're gonna do right now is one more time abusing about jump storage, but not in the same way than we did before. Because we can get jump storage with the cutscene, we can get jump storage with Yoshi, then we will see later. Can get jump storage for many, many things. And one of them is the email. Like the pitch email that you receive after every chapter. You know, when she asks Tech to send an email to Mario, this email is not like all the email that you receive through the game. This is a specific email that stopped you with the cutscene, and it's not like it's in a specific places. That means you will receive this email every time here. Like we saw after beating Hotel on chapter 1. So,
Yeah, so we can basically, what we do is we clip inside of the train because we need to have, as I said earlier, we need to walk up a step in order to actually use a super jump. So we use the railing of the train. No idea why they didn't really need to make collision for the railing on the train. You're never supposed to be on the train tracks, but thankfully there's actually collision there, and we can walk up that train track and use that to get Y velocity so we can super jump to the pipe to get to chapter 3 early. But yeah, we have to do sort of a teleporter room early style unspin jump through the crack. Thankfully, it's not nearly as hard as teleporter room early. We just have to get into a precise position and then do an unspin jump directly up. There's no precise angle that we have to hold, which is really helpful. And then from there, we just have to do some blind movement. Since we're inside the train, we can't really see where Mario is unless we jump. So we have to set Koops up so that he's actually far enough away so that we don't trigger him when we hit the email and use him at the same time. Like when we were doing jump storage off the teleporter room door, we put him on the side of the room so that he was far enough away. If he's too close, then you just use him and open the door at the same time. Or in this case, you would use him and trigger the email at the same time. So it's a pretty complicated setup, and then a frame-perfect trick to get the jump storage. But it's one of those that's usually not too bad. You know, as Alw0 said, everybody struggles with different stuff, but hopefully we can all get BTS nice and quick today.
So about the story, you just saw then the bad guy just found Peach sending an email to Mario, so he decided to switch off Tech completely. So Tech is probably out of the game now. And Peach is in trouble, obviously.
Hey, it's Luigi.
So remember, remember, we just beat chapter 6. So we are in post chapter 6 state. So the next part of the run could be chapter 7, right?
Right.
I hope you followed all the chapter.
Yeah, that's a lot of a very specific path.
I don't want to die again. Gonna take that nice and slow. That is all right with me. I don't care how slow that was. It's okay. Don't want to die. And then yeah, thankfully there's a save prompt right before blimp ticket skip. So if we miss it, we are just stuck on the train tracks and we don't have any way to get to chapter 3, so we just have to reset. If you forget to save here, you can't just go inside the train and save, even though we don't have the ticket, since we're, you know, since we just finished chapter 6, the guy just lets us on. But no need to do that, we can just save when it prompts us. Good luck with BTS, guys.
You wanna know something funny? If I get BTS first try, I'm ahead of PB.
That's crazy, man. What?
Yeah.
I'm already like 3 minutes behind PB.
Yeah, my palace keep on my PB is amazing. 3 minutes
Yeah.
29.
I got 5th try out. I'm dropping my PB.
Damn.
So here we go. Gonna get in a really precise
Alright,
position
good luck,
here,
guys.
and then clip in.
Good luck, yeah.
Maybe Hackedia can explain what we are doing since he's not doing it yet.
So yeah, because we came from the chapter 6, we have this train that allows us to exploit these cracks. We can see on Alw0, which allows us in paper mode to go through by unspinning and retrieving our normal collision by doing a jump straight from the paper mode. So after that, we're just gonna set up hoop at the bottom of the screen, so it will be cancelled by the wall when you will cancel it. And as the time is cancelled, we're gonna try to end Mario on the mail. So it's very hard to explain, but that's what happened. And then that's how we tag the jump flag that allows us to have the jump storage. Oh, I saved. I almost not saved. Okay, I will focus. I will come back.
All right, we got it.
No, we
Well
don't.
played, Jake.
No, we don't. You'll get it, man. Next time. All
I
right.
hate districts. I hate districts.
You got it, man. It's free, I believe.
Not free.
All right, so now that we're in chapter 3, sort of a weird quirk about how the game works. Even though we are in a post-chapter 6 state, since it's our first time going to chapter 3, the game will behave as such. And we don't want to deal with that. That involves watching a lot of cutscenes, talking to Grubba. We don't want to deal with that. So we're going to leave and come back, and then the game will actually be able to recognize that we're in a post-chapter 6 state, since it's not our first time here.
Yeah, I have it. We grab a Slurpee because we need 5 for item log later in the run. And now we're gonna end up on the chapter 3, yeah. But we're gonna retrigger a cutscene, so we're gonna enter twice on the chapter.
Did you get it, Hackedia?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you did.
it was not the first try, but I didn't have to restart the game, so.
And
There's
yeah.
a problem with the POV of Jake and me on your stream, I think, but don't mind it.
So, chapter 3 is pretty much everybody's favorite chapter. People love this chapter. Speedrunners, not so much. So, the whole deal about chapter 3 is there's ranked fights that you have to do. Ignore my dog barking over there. There's ranked fights that you have to do. And for each ranked fight, you get a condition. It'll be something like, don't attack for the first 3 turns, or take damage 5 times, or it could be something good like win in 5 turns or less, or win before taking 20 HP. So if we fulfill that condition and win the fight, we get to move on. But if we fail the condition or don't win the fight, then we have to do the fight again. But if we fail the condition and lose the fight, that's very bad. That means we D-rank, and we have to do the last fight again. So yeah, basically want to make sure we follow the
Yeah.
conditions. For these, it's just like 1 or 2 characters that you have to recognize. Like, there's a character right there that sort of looks like half a box with 2 dots over it, and I know that's don't attack with Mario. So pretty easy to learn the conditions, honestly, after a few runs. But
Whoa,
I
whoa,
do
whoa,
not know
Monkey,
there's
Japanese.
what are you doing?
There is like almost 20 different conditions, I think.
I think there's like 14,
15.
somewhere around there,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, since we are in a late game state, we actually get major league conditions, even though we're in minor league right now. So we get worse conditions, like instead of appeal once, it's appeal 3 times and stuff like that.
I cannot get distracted.
One special move. So I really like to do the comparison of with Paper Mario and the Neketsu like shonen mangas, because in every manga, like in Paper Mario, you have a tournament where you have to go on the top and win it. And also there is a lot of different comparison you can make. Like you encounter a lot of enemies that became your friend. Or I think of Vivian. You also use the friendship power to beat the last boss of the game.
And don't
So it's
forget the
very
fact that
shonen-like.
don't forget the fact that Mario has all these ladies that like him so much, like every anime protagonist. Every lady just loves Mario.
Yeah, that's true. All this public just there for you.
Exactly. Main character syndrome. No special moves. I scared myself into thinking maybe I got a condition that I couldn't attack with my partner, but no, we're fine. All good. It was no special moves. Chapter 3 is scary like that. You gotta pay very close attention. So yeah, if I don't do too much commentary, it's because I'm trying to make sure I don't mess something up.
Yeah, it's very easy to forget something like.
But yeah, the
you really
fright
need
masks
to-
we're using don't have... There's only... I'm not sure there's any enemies... There might be a couple of enemies, but most of the enemies have a chance to not run away from a fright mask. So that can lead to some annoying situations and make you improvise a little bit. That condition right there is don't switch partner, so that's a very good condition. Very easy to avoid switching partners.
Nice, Alw0.
Let's go! It's easy.
Yeah, very easy.
So I'll pinch it down.
Ah,
Man, I'm not gonna lie, dude. You're gonna save it all back on Palace Skip. Let's be honest. We already know what's gonna happen.
that's my only chance.
I'm gonna get
You
like
know what?
5th
I'm
try
10 minutes
Palace
ahead
Skip,
of the race I did with you. I'm good.
right? There's no telling what can happen. You know, it seems like, you know, might seem like a bad race right now, but Palace Skip has tons of RNG later. So yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah.
We will
Chapter
see.
3 can be very, very RNG too. Alright, at least I got it. I'm not stuck. I don't need to load the backup save. Yes,
Not yet.
I'm 5 minutes behind. That's fine.
Yeah, a
5
lot of-
item drops, man. That's not very many. You know, when you think about it that
Yep.
way, it's like, you know.
A lot can happen. Yeah, still in you can win minutes on the chapter 3 if you are lucky, and not us.
Yeah, true.
Okay, no
after
switch
that,
partner
we'll,
again.
And no jump, which is very good. So out of 14, we have like maybe 5 conditions which make us losing time.
Yeah, sort of
So we
depends.
end up-
You need to do different stuff for different fights. So sometimes conditions are good, sometimes they're bad, you know.
Yeah. We have a pass in our head, but sometimes it doesn't end up as we want. So
He's
yeah, I
pretty
guess
lucky
you
here.
already
Can't lie.
Hmm?
You already say that, I think, Jake, but yeah, there is two main RNG thing in this chapter, yeah. The conditions and the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So this chapter is very, very RNG based.
Ah, that's a
This
bad
very
condition.
specific section of the game, of the run.
That condition is take damage 5 times. Thankfully, this is an enemy where they're spiky, so self-inflicted damage does count. So we can jump and head bonk right there, and then that's taking damage 2 times. So that is very helpful when you need to fulfill that condition. Hopefully the enemies will cooperate with us, though, because sometimes these spinies like to not attack, and they'll just curl up. Okay, good.
I'm really
3,
thinking about getting a fire flower from that.
4, 5. Good. Cool. Just got to be a little bit mindful of your HP, obviously. Not don't want to die or anything. One thing that's really nice about Chapter 3, actually, if you game over, or if you die, you don't game over. You can only game over to the boss in Chapter 3. Or on the Japanese version, you can also game over to Bowser.
Bowser, yeah.
But that doesn't happen on
the
US.
first time people find out in a race.
Oh my gosh.
Glitchless race. That was fun.
That sounds crazy. Okay, take damage 5 times again, so yeah, not even gonna try and get away without not healing. We're just gonna go ahead and heal. Play it safe.
Yeah, Jake is not getting a good chapter 3.
Well, I was, and then I had to be like, ooh, I'm getting good conditions, you know, and then this happens, so that's my fault. Had to say something. Again, though, we can just head bonk and jump, and then that's taking damage twice. So this is just one extra turn, not a huge deal.
So usually on a PB attempt, you don't wanna XP too much, but since we're in a marathon and we're gonna race, Jake and Alw0 propose to do a specific strat where you just take extra XP to be more comfortable at the end with more HP on Mario.
I feel like it's so good to just not think about your XP while doing the chapter 3. You just have to deal the fast as you can every fight, and pretty convenient, you know? Like just Thunder Rage the clefts, not trying to mask them to optimize your XP. I don't know. Feels better like this. Don't attack 3 turns. Damn! I got that on the Poké. No, dude.
One special move. Yeah, I'm not getting the greatest conditions. Although, this on Punk Rocks is actually fine. Just gonna Earth
Yeah, I
Tremor.
did it again.
Oh!
You okay over there, Alw0?
Yeah. I don't want to die.
Hi, Luigi.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these guys only have 3 HP, so 2 bar will kill.
And that's the last turn where when you won't do anything. Oh! Okay, I survived.
All those fighting demons over here.
I have 2 HP and I don't have any shroom on me, so
Ooh.
I might just take the bed,
Scary.
depending on the condition I get.
Alright, I only have
Please,
2
no more
more
Crystal
fights
Sword.
here. So we actually don't have to finish Chapter 3 at all. We just need Yoshi. So we just need to do the first 10 fights. We actually run away from the 10th fight. And then, yeah, we get Yoshi, and then we can leave Chapter 3. Because Yoshi's all we came here for. Of course I get
Yeah.
no special moves, or use a special move again. Although I did just level up, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, all the point is getting Yoshi because he has a setup where he's gonna do, yeah, as you said earlier, ton of damage on the boss.
Huh? No, it's more specifically for Palaski, bro.
And also, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was
that's a
for
little more
Palaskip,
important.
Yeah.
If Palaski was not with the Yoshi teleport, we won't, you know.
Yeah, so we've been skipping a lot of stuff this run, and in order to be able to finish the game, we're gonna have to do a trick later called Palace Skip. So, yeah, as we were just talking about, it is very mandatory that we get Yoshi for us to actually be able to
So why
complete this run.
Palace skip on the first time? Like we skip the Palace because the Palace require you to use every item and partner you got from your adventure.
You need Ultra
seems to make
Boots, you need
sense.
Flurry,
Yeah.
you need Boat Mode, you need Bobbery, you need
You need
other
pretty
stuff.
much everything, yeah. Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
So in
Could
order
have
to
died
skip
here. I
all of
didn't
these,
forgot.
we do have the glitch called Palace Skip to skip everything. But you know, it's after 2 hours run.
Wow, yeah, I really shouldn't have
Perfect
said anything
jump.
about good RNG in Chapter 3. Since I said that, I got nothing but bad conditions.
Wow.
Again, I got don't attack for 3 turns on the bandits, so
Damn.
this is actually not that bad. It sounds bad, but you just let the bandits steal all your stuff. The way these guys work is they just steal from you and then they run away, so yeah, not really a big deal, just sort of annoying. So we can just defend and let them jack us. Yeah, these guys can steal items, but none of our items are, like, super important right now. Okay, I would have been a little upset if he stole a T-Rage, but besides that, I really don't care.
The money is still yet important here because you wanna buy 5 point swap after the chapter.
Yeah,
The game and you need
definitely,
25.
definitely need coins, but we'll still be leaving with 25 coins, and that's all we need, really. I think even if all of them stole coins, we would have at least 25 after this payoff
Maybe
right
you won't
here,
fill
so.
your inventory. Maybe.
I think I'll be okay. I didn't use the T-Rage, so I think my inventory should be okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we are just now getting to the end of chapter 3 here. This is the Armored Harriers fight. So yeah, we just run away from these guys, and whenever we come back, we'll have Yoshi. And he's actually going to replace Frankly, because we can't have more than one follower at once. And Yoshi is an egg shortly before we get him. He just hatches before we actually get him, so Frankly gets replaced.
I almost died.
Oh no.
Thanks God I ate the super gun.
What?
So who has the lead? Yeah, Jake has the lead and Hackedia is
Yes.
just behind on the last fight.
I think I messed up with the
Super
condition. Thanks. I should have been to the next fight. I think I failed my condition.
No, you beat the bandits. Sometimes the bomb are the last one.
No, I didn't beat the bandit and I encountered them twice.
Oh,
So
don't attack 3 turns for the cleft. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the bed.
Yikes.
yeah, in case.
All right, so let's see what color Yoshi we get. I think this might be a... There's no way this is a red Yoshi, right? Yeah, this is a blue Yoshi.
Blue, I think. Yeah.
So, yeah, the color of your Yoshi is usually based on how long it takes for Yoshi to hatch after you get the egg. But since we're in a glitch state, it just goes off in-game time. So you sort of know how good your run is based on the Yoshi color you get. Green is about as best as it can be. Red is pretty good. Blue is good. and then orange is not so
Nice.
great, and then everything else after that is, you know, not amazing.
So at the end of chapter 3, you want to go to the bed to fulfill your FP if it's not full, because you want 5 FP to be able to do the setup with double dip that costs 4 FP, and the point swap that will swap the 1 HP, the 1 FP left with the HP of Yoshi. So Yoshi is now 1 HP and will be able to do a ton of damage with the badges we're gonna equip. And those badges, we're gonna buy them just after during the parlor. So what Jake is about to do.
Yeah, so we're gonna buy some point swaps here, fill our inventory as well. Important we have full inventory for Yoshi jump storage and for pal skip later on. We need to be able to toss items, do certain stuff. I guess I'm gonna do this again. Sell the mushroom so I can buy another point swap and get the ice storm. Wait, can I not hold that? No? Okay, my bad. Okay, a little slow here. I'm just gonna sell the frat mask. I didn't realize I had so many. Okay, then he just gave me the ice storm. Good. Okay.
Nice.
Now that I have full inventory, I can do this trick over here so I can grab this in coupon and then use Yoshi right before I catch it. And that will give me jump storage. You can see that Yoshi like sort of teleported inside of Mario there. That's how I know I got it. Of course. And then we just get that jump storage just to jump up here and get power plus P. We could hit that switch over there, but that's a little slow. And yeah, power plus P, we're actually not using that. Very expensive. It costs 6 BP. Why would I want power plus P when I can use a power rush P for 1 BP and it's twice as effective, you know? I mean, doesn't make any sense to me. So we're going to sell that because we get 200 coins when we sell it. And yeah, now we're just going to do some shopping. We're going to go talk to Frankie. And that's going to spawn the wedding ring over in East Rogueport. And then we can give him the wedding ring, and after we sell a bunch of badges so we have coins, we'll get the gold card from Frankie, and we can use that to buy Power Rush Peas from the Pianta Parlor. We can buy as many of those as we want, so it's very broken. We're going to be buying 4 of those, and that's going to require about around 400 coins. We have to sell badges for coins and then use coins to get Pianta tokens, so... A lot of shopping to do.
The late game is all around getting badges to do like a lot of damage and abusing about the point swap. Because we didn't really mention that, but we didn't upgrade FP the whole run to keep 5 FP only. That way, when we use double dip for 4 FP, okay, yeah, don't use Mario. And I just use Mario. Nice, nice, nice!
Don't know why I explained it earlier.
My bad.
Yeah, and you'll see the double dip strat later on. It's pretty easy to understand when you see it happen right in front of you. It's a very cool strat. Basically, just really, really, really quick way to get peril on Yoshi. Yeah, so we sold a bunch of badges. Now we can pay Gus here. If you have enough coins, you don't have to go to the badge shop first, which is a slight movement optimization, but it's not a big deal. We're just going to sell badges first. And come get the wedding ring over here. The wedding ring is usually down right there near the lock, but on the JP version, it's all the way up here for some reason. I don't know what Frankie was doing up there.
The jump storage here to get the badge. And I will go back to hit rogue ports.
Okay, so now we can get the gold card.
Since I failed the condition, I need to redo the fight. It's a bit annoying.
Oh, I actually don't need to do that. There's a crash prevention that you would normally do there, but I don't need to do that for a reason I'll talk about here in just a second. I'm pretty excited about it. Although it does mean I'm probably gonna end up losing my lead, but that's okay.
You cannot crash. There is a possibility that the game doesn't crash.
What's that?
But a high chance. You have a chance that the game doesn't crash if you don't play them.
I mean, with what I'm doing, I don't have to worry about a crash because I'm gonna be hitting the switch.
Oh. Pussy, sorry. Okay.
I mean, if you had Bobbery, I bet you would too.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, this thing that Jake is gonna do is part of the incentive we wanna showcase.
Yeah, so the incentive is adding Flavio to the team. Sort of I think it's a pretty famous glitch, you know. People are pretty fond of the Flavio glitch, but yeah, we can get Flavio to be added to our team and then leave the island since we're going to use the blue pipe to take a shortcut there early. So he'll just be with us for the rest of the run. Really, really cool incentive. I think this would be amazing for a marathon. People love to see it. There's a lot of really funny moments that happen because of it, because the game doesn't expect us to have a follower in these situations, so...
yeah.
I'm excited to get to show this off for the submission, and I really hope we can get this into ESA and show it off for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a trick here called Bobbery Early. I'm going to go ahead and save in case something crazy happens. I can soft lock if I do something really silly. It shouldn't happen, but just in case, we'll save.
So of course, if the incentive is fulfilled, we're gonna all three gonna do the trick.
Yeah, but...
Oh, you can jump storage to the top. Since you have your full inventory.
Yeah, skip this room. I don't know. I want the T-Rage, so I'm just going to do it normally.
Oh, you
Hope I
want
get
the
lucky.
T-Rate, okay.
And of course that happens. Yeah, basically we're going to be doing a trick called Bobbery Early. Bobbery is actually stored under the map with the embers that are connected to him. You usually fight some embers right before you talk to Bobbery and knock him down out of the tree and everything. So we can actually get out of bounds and then fall onto those embers and start that encounter, and that will put us in a state where we can go just grab the... We can go hammer the tree, which will knock Bobbery down, and then we can go have him added to our party, and then from there we can get Flavio to follow us. So, gonna try and do Bobbery early here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. It's pretty easy trick by T2ID standards, but fairly tricky. So we're gonna get jump storage from this item with Yoshi, and then super jump to a spot where we can clip out of bounds. Right here. Ah, I missed it. Yeah, so this is a little bit precise, so hopefully this doesn't take too long.
You have time. We are way behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, got jump storage there.
So Jake is using jump storage to go out of bound here. He needs to reach pretty much in the realm of the game.
I think I'm going a little bit late there. It's hard to tell, but I think that's a little bit late.
And this trick, trust me, depends on your screen.
Yeah.
Like, there is a different setup for each screen because it's not the same graphic, it's not the same speed when the background is falling. So.
Okay, third try. I'll take that. Pretty good.
Very confident. Nice.
And then, yeah, for this strat, I'm just going to try and Ultra Hammer these guys. Okay. And that'll actually put me at 1 FP, which will make getting Yoshi and Peril pretty easy later. And then I can just Thunder Rage. Okay, and then very important note here. If I leave the room without hammering the tree, I will soft lock. I'm going to make sure I don't leave the room. We're just going to go straight to the tree. A lot of people don't know that, and they learn that in the run for the first time, and it's devastating, so... Not gonna do that right now.
So I don't know if Jake and Hackedia told you that, but to complete the trouble, we need to get a ring because he lost his ring and he wants to offer to his fiance.
Yeah, we're gonna go grab some coconuts here. We need to give Flavio a coconut so that he'll give us the Chocola Cola. And then once we have that, yeah, actually don't need. Yeah, once we have the Chocola Cola, we can give that to Bobbery and then go get Flavio to join us. So this is a pretty costly incentive. This will, I'd say this probably adds maybe an average of 10 minutes at the max. Hopefully not too much more than that, depending on how much we would struggle with Bobbery early. But
What are you talking about? You're still ahead of me.
well, just based on segment time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like a 10-minute
definitely worth.
ad, yeah.
Definitely worth because I think this it's a very, very funny, cool glitch, and I think people would like seeing it at the marathon. People like Flavio because of this glitch, you know. All right. Talk to Flavio here. Give him the Chocola Cola or the coconut. Excuse me.
So I'm done with my badges. I have everything I
And-
need.
So after that, we're gonna go back to the chapter 6 to finish the chapter and be able to go at the end of the
Chapter 7.
chapter 7 to be able to go. Oh fuck. Oh. Sorry, I'm doing a jump storage here. So yeah, this electric room is particularly annoying because you're taking it during its courses. You don't do it normally, so it's going way faster. And in Japanese, it's only 2 blocks, where it's 3 on US, which is very much easier.
Hackedia is gonna do a conveltabor skip. I hate this English word. I don't know. how to
Conveyor
say
belt
it.
skip.
Thanks.
Conveyor.
Yeah. Usually you have Vivian at this part of the game, so you need to activate the switch, use Vivian to go through. But here
No way.
we are using one more time the gem storage to go
Oh.
around. And here's Bobbery for Jake.
Yep. I get an extra partner, so I win. Actually, I get 2 extra partners if we get to count Flavio, so pretty cool.
So here you wanna save on the marathon because you're able to. You
Yeah,
can't
please
crash the
save.
game.
Yeah, please save.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah, look who's talking.
Why I would do the same?
What do you mean?
Oh, because Jake did say meant something. Maybe on the previous run.
All right, here we go. Finally get to have Flavio added to our team. And I'm not sure if he's ready for what we have in store for him, but he's going to be doing Palace Skip with us, whether he likes it or not.
So now I'm ahead of Jake, but he's like just few seconds behind me only.
Oh gosh. Are you kidding? That fuzzy. Oh my gosh.
As we said, the Fuzzy are the most annoying character in the Japanese version.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're never supposed to. By the time this pipe should be here, we should be in a post-chapter 6 or post-chapter 5 state, and after chapter 5, those fuzzies are gone. So that that
Very
explains why he's being so crazy. They're not normally supposed to happen. But what are you gonna do? All right.
So here I'm gonna do a very specific setup. So for now, as the boss, we're gonna attack. We're just gonna guard his attack. So now we can do the setup, preventing to take damage from Yoshi when he's 1 HP. So we do point swap double dip, so Yoshi has 1 HP now. And I'm gonna heal myself for later, for saving a possibility of dying. And now Yoshi is gonna be able to express his full power.
Just like a
So
shonen
the-
anime.
Yeah. The turn 2 is very specific, his aiming is armed, so it's about us to temporize the turn and do it again without any trouble. And now he's dead.
Yeah, so based on my segment time here, that added a little bit less than 10 minutes, about 9.5 minutes. So, grand scheme of things, and 2.5, 3-hour long run, 10 minutes isn't too terribly long. Now we get Flavio. Cool.
Exactly. Which is very cool.
Actually, a pretty funny room coming up here. It's funny to see Flavio in the tile room because I can't remember if, actually, since we're on Yoshi, I don't think he takes damage, but if we didn't have Yoshi, he just takes damage the whole time. Poor guy. Yeah, it is just funny to see all three of us huddled up. Yeah, a little bit of a tricky movement there to be able to take these tiles quickly. Casually, you would just walk on them and do them slowly, but we don't have time for that. Oh, and I don't have full inventory again. Whoops. I have to do the backup conveyor belt skip, of course. It's like the 3rd time in a row, man.
Oh,
I should have mentioned it. I'm sorry.
I just forgot since Bobbery early, I used an item. And then, yeah, since you have to give Flavio a coconut, you're missing an item. Need to remember to grab something there.
In this situation, yeah, just grab the zero on the left side of the pipe room when you go back, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's an end coupon I could get too in chapter 5.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
Okay, so now I'm going to be doing a really weird setup for this. I'm going to actually be using Coops to set up in front of this guy so I can start an encounter with him at a really specific time.
Oh, you're doing Coop's way.
And then I'm going to have to use paper mode to... Yeah, so I released Coops a little bit too early there. I need to use paper mode to clip inside this so I can pass through it. Because I'm supposed to have jump storage right now, but I'm not smart, so I don't.
very nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool setup. The coins make this really annoying because if I shoot Coops at a coin, he will pick it up and come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually looks good. That might work. So I should be able to just hold paper mode and hold right here. Yeah, sometimes you're in just the slightly bad position there. Too early. Would have been nice if I got jump storage. Whatever.
Yeah. At least you showcase Flavio, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. That's all that matters. Is Flavio. Ah, going too early again.
It's actually good to do it with Coops, because this way you don't have to deal with the super gun.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright, I just got the Crystal Star, and now it's gonna be the end of the game. We basically got the 7 Crystal Star we needed to open the 1000-year door.
The
And
7,
we're gonna
yes.
reach chapter 8.
Yeah, normally you would think you need all 7 crystal stars to actually open the door, but all it checks for is that you just beat chapter 7, so we don't need all the stars or anything like that.
There are some category where we are reaching chapter 8 just
Oh my
by
goodness.
having chapter 1 and 7 stars.
I can't do this, man. Come on.
And we're gonna do the
Wait,
border
what?
intermission.
Huh? What just happened? What hit
I
me?
think he just hit you while you were setting up.
I didn't even see anything. That was weird. Okay, I'm gonna use a trick here called Sort Glitch. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't have any HP healing items. Whoops. Hopefully I don't die. That might be too far left.
So if you didn't notice, we were on the moon.
Yeah.
7. So Peach was on the moon the whole time. Bad guy were on the moon.
Too late. Man, I can't get this right now. Jeez.
I believed in.
Yeah, this glitch is a long time ago. We were doing it on any percent, but
Yeah, I could do a backup here to avoid having to do this. Oh my gosh. But that's kind of out of the way.
okay.
Okay, that looks slightly better. That one might work.
So I'm just getting a jump storage out of an email with Yoshi. Oh, maybe it's an extra one, but
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, I think we're just gonna go get jump storage somewhere else. There's other items we can use. Who's just being kind of stubborn.
The fact that Flavio is with you when you jump off Yoshi is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this.
Let's see. I can just go up to 2. Wow, that lag. Sometimes the game
can
doesn't
just
like
go
that
back.
Flavio's here, I guess.
You can just go back on the left room, no? The block will be still here, no? Since
No,
you didn't get
I got
item.
the item. I didn't have full inventory.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I probably
So
should
you
have done this
gotta-
like 3 minutes ago, but whatever.
You gotta put the sleepy shit, yeah.
I wanted to do the cool method.
Yeah, of course. So I don't think Hackedia mentioned it, but after talking to Tech to leave the room, the moon, sorry, we're gonna do a jump storage just to go a little bit faster to the 1000-year door. Because it's faster to go from the right when we are towards. And we're gonna talk to a guy called Dazzle. Dazzle is actually best-selling character in this game because he has like a lot of unique badges, and you can
Yeah.
exchange for star pieces. So through the game, we grab some star pieces on the road, and we need 5 star pieces to exchange a badge called Item Hog. I will let maybe Jake explain that after his jump storage because he's way better than me to explain stuff like this. But yeah, basically it's a badge when your odds to drop an item after a battle increase by maybe 50%, 100%, you know.
Oops. Oh well. I was worried about this guy hitting me and killing me, so I'm not really worried about running into him and starting an encounter. As long as I don't die. Just want to make it to the safe block before I do anything. Okay.
So yeah, in the room where Alw0 is, there is maybe 3, 4, 5 different ways to have a jump storage. You just have to pick
Okay.
your...
Jeez.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, finally passed the conveyor belt. Jeez, man. Okay. Yeah, so essentially Item Hog will, on the Japanese version, it'll increase your chance of getting an item after any fight to about 20%. It's more like 30% if the enemy's holding an item. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. Costs 3 BP, and we need to get an item drop in order to do the trick later on in the run called Pal Skip. So very important that we have item hog, or else it's a very, very small chance of getting an item.
Yeah.
I think like 3% or something like that. Yeah, it's very unlikely without it. So pretty important.
I don't know where I got
Can't
my
skip here.
6-star piece, but I bought another badge to have like a special noise when you use the hammer. I don't think it's the pitch voice, right? It's just the bling bling voice.
I don't know. Which one is it? Green?
It's the orange one.
No, I don't know. Yeah, this cutscene's funny. It looks like Mario's just not even here. Flavio's just standing in his place,
Yep.
you know, just... Mario decided to sit this one out.
I think I'm too soon. So here there is the firebar room where you want to. You don't have what it's required to pass this room. Quick fine, okay. So you're gonna go in a battle and try to use Yoshi to pass the pass this thing.
Can't hit that guard anymore. Oh well. Not a big deal. Yeah, just double dip and point swap here to put Yoshi in peril. And with all those Power Rush Ps and Mega Rush P equipped, we do a lot of damage.
So here we're gonna set up coops to kill the black bones. Do a little extra damage because it won't be enough. And double dip point swap. And then we'll be able to show his true power. So in the next room, you're gonna see gold cannons. They're supposed to be like mandatory fights, but we can't skip them actually. Here I'm gonna take HP because I don't need any more badge points, so just go for the to be able to tank the damages of the last boss. It'll be better to have HP now.
So yeah, chapter 8. Chapter 8 is basically the last part of the game. It's gonna be some boss rush at the end. A special glitch called Palace Skip. And you're gonna love to see.
Yeah.
Few enemies that you need to avoid.
So basically, to explain what Palace Skip actually is, in Chapter 8, once you finish Riddle Tower, you watch a cutscene where you lower the floor in the second half of Chapter 8. And that reveals a bunch of enemies and items and stuff, and loading zones. And you can actually access those loading zones even before the floor is lowered. So what we're going to do is go to the 4th room in that hallway right before Gloomtail.
Woo!
And we're going to access the loading zone. Nice can skip, dude. We're going to access the loading zone under the map by clipping into the floor and first striking an ember. And then we can just fall into the loading zone by holding up after the fight. So it's a pretty complicated, very difficult trick. A couple of frame perfect inputs going on. The first thing we're going to need to do is use Item Hog, like I said earlier, to get an item drop from one of the Phantom Embers. And then we're going to throw that item into a specific spot where it's on the edge of the second Phantom Ember zone, so that we can do what's called a delayed Goombella buffer, where we do neutral jumps over to the item, and then we can buffer into the item frame perfectly. So you basically use Goombella, and then after you use Goombella, you can still move for 4 frames. So you need to grab that item on the 4th frame of movement after using Goombella. And then you'll have text storage, which is where we have a text box up, and we're able to move around at the same time. And from there, we can do a setup to get Yoshi clipped inside the wall. And then if we close the text box and use Yoshi on a very specific frame, we can teleport to Yoshi's Y coordinate, which, if everything is set up correctly, will be just clipped into the floor. And then we first strike the Ember. And the first strike is important because whenever you're on Yoshi, you can't move up or down. You can only move left to right. So we need to first strike the Ember so that we disengage from Yoshi during the fight. And then we can just hold up, or really slightly right of up, to fall right into the loading zone under the map. And that's Pal Skip. Not really able to describe all that when it's happening because it's
A lot
really
of information
complicated.
for sure.
Yeah. What we need to remember is this glitch is a complete nightmare.
Yeah, it
That's
helps
basically
that
what
I've
you
tried to
wanna-
explain. Once you explain it like 5, 6, 7 times, it's like, okay, just turn your brain off and just yap for like 5 minutes. But yeah, it's a very complicated trick. Multiple frame perfect inputs going on. So pretty scary to do in a marathon, honestly, but it's very hype when you get it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the setup is very long, so it's complicated to trade again. So
Yeah. And there's Flavio, by the way.
so that's why we have a setup. Yeah. That's why we have the setup. If we are about to overestimate, we have a setup to pass the paraskip to be sure like everything goes well for a marathon. But we we haven't we haven't used it on our previous marathon, from what I remember. At the end.
All right, Hackedia is already making it to Palace Skip. Good luck, man.
Yeah. So every try will be like 45 seconds of time loss. So you can. Yeah, of course. You would be on a bad luck if you don't have after of 5 try, because it's about 20%.
Bye, Flavio.
But I'm lucky I
Oh,
have
hi,
first try.
Flavio.
Of course.
Yo,
Good to
did
see
you
you
just
again,
get
buddy.
first try item?
Oh.
Damn,
Yeah,
this guy
man.
is cheating me. He gets the 20%.
RNG manipulation.
Oh
early.
my gosh, it's over, dude. Hackedia is about to get a sub 230.
Yep.
I need to remember to eat the alt block after, before the quick sinist, and save, of course.
Yes. I'm pretty sure you didn't do it, but did you fight the Sean?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's very good saves, backup, so yeah, I did it.
Did that work? I don't even... Dang it. I'm dumb. Why did I not think that worked?
I don't know, I don't see 20 HP on
Okay, whatever. I got the
Maybe-
backup
maybe
jump
I'm
storage.
wrong.
We're fine.
So here I do something to... Oh no, it didn't work. I do something to lock the item so it doesn't disappear. No, I saved! I'm an idiot. Why do I do that? You don't want to mess up with yeah, you want to save the item and you can mess up. I'm not supposed to mess up, but I mess up and I save.
Well, I don't want to put pressure on you, bro, but don't reset
That will be
anymore.
my last. That will be my last attempt.
Now, you have plenty of attempt, but just don't die.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You can try all day long. Just don't die. Fine.
yeah, exactly.
Keep your HP nice and full. Nice item drop, Alw0.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm a little bit behind, you know, but it's alright. Surely I can still catch up. I just need
Yeah, of course.
everyone to wait like 20 minutes.
So you're not supposed to fight those chomps I'm doing right now, but I'm doing it for safety, to just get an extra level.
Man, Showstopper works, huh? Surprising.
Yeah, but I did it fully.
Yeah, I see. I wonder what the odds are.
On the chomp, might be low. What the?
20%, by the way. 30% or so if they're holding it. I think they were
1, 2,
holding
3,
it.
4. No, you know what? I'm scared.
That's funny, man.
2. I got 2 of them. Alright, so now it's gonna be Palace Keep time for me too. I'm gonna join my friend.
Yeah, I'll be
So
there in
what we
about
gonna
5
do
minutes.
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
Well,
waiting
we'll
you
see.
in.
We will
So-
see.
Like Jake explained, first phase is to drop an item. Pretty much 20% chance to drop the item when you beat the Ember. I'm gonna make sure I have Itemog on me. If I don't, the odds are really bad.
I mean, I think considering you just got 2 drops in a row, you're probably good, man.
True.
Yeah, I did have activate.
That's so funny. The game is really funny like that, giving you item drops when you don't need them, you know? If you're not on PB pace, they're easy to
Yeah.
get. Or if you're not even doing palace skip.
Okay.
So to not lose time, you want to first track the Ember. To not have to deal with the Ember like during the fight like this. Oh my god, Jake, I'm so sorry.
First try, huh? I see how it
It's
is,
what
guys.
is.
I
I'm
see
sorry.
how it is. Everybody just wants to beat Jake, huh? You guys both got first try item drop. That's crazy. 20%.
And I
Both
got
of you.
I got first try during the race we did 2 days ago too.
Yeah.
Every time I'm
Yes.
racing you, we like this.
Oh my god, I got it.
Let's go.
Yo,
Oh no.
he got Palaski.
Come on.
Oh my god. I did a terrible mistake. I'm glad I had it.
Oof.
I have it. Oh my god.
Don't forget to save!
I've done huge mistakes with this save. That's just insane.
Yeah, since he saved
I've never
after he
done that
killed the
before.
enemy, it would have been gone if he reloaded the save file. So good thing he
Oh
got
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Good luck guys for Palace Keep.
Thank you. Oh, I can't use that? Really? That's not good. I guess I can do this.
What I'm trying to do right now is to activate Gombela text box while I'm getting
Works.
the item on the same frame. It's pretty hard because you need to deal with this Ember over there. And my 3 Ember has a wind powder.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Gosh. Okay,
Oh,
we're
man.
good. Should be good. I need to make sure my inventory is actually full in a second here, but we should be good. Well, not full, but I need to be at 8 so I can fill it up in a second. Okay, we're good.
You can also soft rock during the Palace Keep if you take the if you do the Gumida text storage on the item and encountering the enemy at the same time. When you enter the fight, the riddle is called will drop and will never make you enter the fight. So just good for resetting the console.
Yeah, you're just staring at the curtain forever.
Make
Oh, the
I cannot
curtain.
do this thing. I hate this item. Okay, I'm changing.
Dude, Tasty Tonic is cursed.
Yep.
Flavia's
50-50
just
to go on
hanging
the
out
right.
here, you know?
So here we
Go on the right.
the boss have 4 defenses that prevent us from doing damages to him. So we want to use the Rogueless. we get from shop bonuses.
The rock glass. This is French, bro. Called Ice Storm in English.
Yeah, my bad, I saw it.
Yeah,
And then
first
we'll be
try
able to
with
beat
the Ultra Shroom. I hate the tasty tonic.
Nice!
So
this
now
fight
I
is
have the
pretty
text
easy
box
with
on
this
the
setup.
screen. I need to keep this text box activate in order to perform the palace skip after. So I'm gonna try to leave the fight. Of course I don't. They're gonna use the worst
Oh,
item
God.
of the game. And here's the fun begins. You also need to not die, of course.
All right, endless hallway. Yeah, the path here is always the same. Just down, down, up, up, down, up, down.
So there is a
Just follow the
2-frame
torches.
setup for the palace skip. I don't know if we mentioned it yet.
What am I doing? Down, down.
I'm waiting Alw0 to be on position to talk about it. But
What am I doing? You're trying to go the wrong way.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, no.
I did that for you, Jake, of course.
oh no!
Well, thank you, I guess. Cool strat here where you can hover
Sorry,
across that
Alw0.
gap. Okay.
So yeah, this mob is very cursed because he can kill you, preventing you from doing the path. That's very shame.
Yeah, the
So the
way
RNG can be very messing with you here.
the way that status items work in this game is an enemy will always use a status item as fast as possible. So anytime they have a rune powder, they will use it. And then it's just, I believe, a 50-50 for you to just do something besides what you select on any given turn, which is not very fun to deal with. All right, here we go. Oops, I forgot the first strike.
Forgot to say before the Shadow King, but anyway, I said before Croxinisol.
Wow.
Told you to save everywhere. What is wrong?
Yeah! Muscle memory.
He's just trying to keep it
I'm-
interesting, man.
I have the auto mode activated. My brain is off right now.
Just don't die.
So, Alw0 is trying to get an item. After that, he will do the texture, I would say earlier. And then he'll go in front of the specific part of the place, take the encounter, and use Yoshi, and use the hammer before taking the encounter. So when you bring Yoshi and you go back to the main world, Yoshi will spawn behind Mario out of bound. And when we leave the fight, it's very complicated to run. But the main purpose is to just make Yoshi fall, and just enough to be able to go below the floor, but having the hitbox be able to hit the ember. So we can take the fight and we can leave the fight and redirect Mario to the loading zone beneath the room. So for that, after leaving the fight, after doing the armor thing and what I've done just earlier, and after leaving the fight with Yoshi, we're gonna push Yoshi on a little bit, and we can do a all start. We're gonna do a all start to be able to push Yoshi, make it fall, and depending on the frame we have when we do all start, we may be able to have a 2-frame setup para skip, which I have been able to do on my run just before. So it's you have to do a air start frame perfect to have the possibility of doing 2-frame setup para skip.
Kind of a cruel joke. Yeah, you have to do something frame perfectly to have a 2-frame setup for it.
I'm not sure if what I said makes sense because my English is not perfect. Maybe Jake later will be able to explain it better.
Yeah, it's
Jake is busy right now to get text storage.
yeah, a little hard to explain when
focus on the game.
trying this. Hard trick
I don't
here.
have an item. I'm gonna finish last.
I don't know about that. It's not over yet. Of course he gets me there. That's really annoying. Can't move out of the way sometimes before you get grabbed. Come on.
Come on, give me an item. I want to be with my friend. Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
Keep things
Now it's
interesting.
Who will finish last?
Would be fun to be able to use it against the boss. The extra shroom I allow to negate part of the damages of an encounter.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over
but
here
doesn't work on
and
boss.
grab this with Coops at the same time as hitting the save block. She's gonna preserve the item. I can try it again if I miss. Yeah, we're just gonna run over here and move to a very specific spot and charge an Ultra Hammer spin 2/3 of the way. Then after the fight, Yoshi will be clipped inside of the wall.
Let me leave.
We have to have not Yoshi out when we enter the fight, though. Sort of weird. Ah, 1 frame early. Dang it. Alright, now Alwo's gonna get it and I'm gonna be last, but you know. What are you gonna
No,
do?
don't think about it.
Alright, try again here.
So here there is
Alright, that's my turn. Yeah, go for it, Hackedia.
So now we are about to. Okay. Just trying to do the fight.
What?
Oh my gosh. Get away from me.
So for the first phase, we've killed Peach earlier and then triggered the Shadow Queen. She's invincible for 3 turns, so we have to temporize, like I'm doing. So she will kill my partner anyway, so it's fine. She's losing all my life shrooms. She's cursed. We're just gonna prevent that to happen.
1 frame
Sometimes
early, you're lucky.
the public try to kill you. And as you
Say
see,
it
1
like
HP,
that.
we don't want that to happen.
Flavio's freaking out over there. He can't figure out what's going on. Me either, man.
So after eating the Shadow Queen each turn for 3 turns, it will trigger the last phase. So she maxed up her PV and a lot of cutscene is gonna play. And we're good for the first phase now. So yeah, in the story, like the
Can't get
Shadow
it.
Queen take control of pure art,
Gone
which
too
is
early.
Peach, which from the legend make the Shadow
You
Queen
did
able
get
to
it?
control the world.
Nope. Too early. You're lucky.
So now-
Don't put pressure on me.
Hey man, you did it to me first.
So now we can see like the boss is overpowered. We're not able to hit him directly. So, like every shonen manga in the world, Mario will ask for the friendship power. Like in Dragon Ball Z, they will ask people to raise their hand to be able to do a Genkidama and beat the
Yeah,
boss.
I need a Genkidama right away now.
So yeah, we're gonna go across all the chapters we have met during the game, not really during the run though. And just gonna realize like the sky are darkened and something is going wrong. So they are gathering to give like psychological enthusiasm. What can I say in English? I don't know. So what we see in Alw0 stream is a setup.
I'm sorry, bro.
Perfect. He got it on fourth frame, so everything was fine.
I love you, Jake.
Well
I love
played.
you.
It's okay.
You see
I'll
when
get
you
it right
lure
here.
the-
Don't worry.
You have a
When
better
you-
PB than me.
That is true.
When you lure the ember, it will get stuck at the ground, allow you to be able to get to frame for the setup. Because you make your shift fall, you use it at the fourth frame. If you use it at a later frame, you will be more on the ground, more lower. So because the ember is lower, stuck on the ground, you have one extra frame for the reason. Because it's more lower too. And you need there is this start mechanic to also. But yeah,
Woo! Bailed out by frame 5. Thank God.
Nice.
That's why we do the 2-frame setup.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the 2-frame setup.
All right,
It's very tough. Yeah.
we're in there. And Flavio's with us.
Yes, dude.
So now we can see on my screen everybody is encouraging Mario to beat the boss. And like Peach is kind of gaining consciousness again, which is breaking the invincibility of the boss, like the power of friendship.
It was your friendship power that let me hit Palace Skip just now. Thank you guys.
Nice,
You guys are my friendship power. Okay, I think I need this, right?
beautiful.
No, I don't, because I have a T-Rage. We're good. There's a cool
Okay,
little
now
optimization
focus.
you can do here where if you are on the very bottom edge of the plane panel, you can just sort of soar past these pillars.
So here it would be pretty easy. We just do the double dip. We're gonna bush it Yoshi so he's invincible and won't be able to be killed with his 1 HP. And then we're gonna just go straight to the boss. Make
I
sure
need to
to
hit
not
this.
hit the end because
Oh.
they are not going.
You don't have
Take
coins,
damages.
buddy.
Yeah, I got a jam and jelly. Hey, listen, I can't read Japanese, man. Give me a break.
No! Okay. I'm stupid. I don't know how to do math. I thought I was about to level up after getting the extra level. That would be so silly.
I definitely did the badge equip already. I saved. I'm not worried about that. I definitely did it.
So here we
double
cannot
the
really die
bomb.
because we have Ultra Shroom as a backup. We just don't want to use it on Yoshi, or he will lose his damages. And as Yoshi is on the front, she will likely to focus Yoshi anyway, so... And now, she died.
GG Hackedia.
GG's, bro.
Thanks, guys.
You're the GOAT.
So, thank you for
Oh, the
commenting the
luckiest.
run, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That was
yeah, I've been
awkward.
able to focus on the game.
Sometimes I'm stubborn about not wanting to press X to hit an audience member when they're about to throw something. You know, you want to like wait and menu at the right time,
Yeah.
so you just dodge it
Yeah.
without losing time. But it's pretty greedy, so
Yeah.
not always the smartest thing to do in a marathon because it can mess you up.
I remember Sway lost a run like this on Shadow Queen.
Man.
Yeah, that's
Oh, actually, I
sad.
remember that clip. Yeah, I saw that.
I think that was the first only time then I was seeing Sway doing something like
He like accidentally selected gulp or something, so that like
yeah.
you can't use that. You don't have any FP message. You can't clear that for a second, so he just like couldn't input anything and he got hit.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh, that was rough.
tough time.
Yeah,
that was
this
a
game
baby
is
face
this
too,
game
yeah.
is kind of evil sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, specifically during this fight against Bowser where Yoshi has 1 HP. Maybe that's what you said just earlier. But yeah, Bucket can drop from the ceiling and kill your Yoshi if you're not aware. If you don't, you can guard it if you're aware, but if it takes you by surprise, you're dead.
Yeah, and they happen really fast
So-
sometimes. Some of them are faster than others, so very tricky.
So thank you, Jake, for showcasing the incentive because it's messed up with your inventory and make a way harder chapters end of chapter 7. Otherwise, we will be maybe ahead.
True, yeah. I'm glad I was able to show off the incentive. I was obviously very excited about it. It's super funny
Yeah, yeah.
that we can have Flavio for half the run.
Thank you for
I
that.
love it. So I really hope that we get to show this off. I think it would be a very,
Yeah.
very, very likely incentive to be met. I think people would like to see that. So
We can do like most run where you offer to rename the save or something or the name of Mario, but you can't here. And the
I
save
mean
is
you
on
can name the
Japanese.
save, but it would be in Japanese.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so super guarding there actually skips a text box, saves a few seconds.
Try to translate.
We also only do 2 ground pounds on the first attack, because if we deal over 50% of his health, I believe it is, there's another set of text that pops up. So save a little bit of time just by super guarding and not doing too much damage on the first turn there.
It's only 2? I thought that was 3. Maybe I'm not doing the fight correctly then.
I do 2 and 4.
Okay. I do exactly like Magnus too, you know. Same bounce.
What?
One
do
full
you not do?
and one almost full.
Oh, I do 4 and 2 for Magnus as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Flavio. Man, you know what? I might have lost the race, guys, but you know what? I have Flavio, so who really won?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So I
you
think
win.
it's balanced.
You won.
Mine is funnier, and that's all that matters. Is funny.
Yeah. Will Flavio be on the ship with Peach? I don't remember. It is, right?
Oh
He
yeah,
is
he's
following you on
everywhere,
the
man.
cutscenes?
He never goes away.
That's what's really
Flavio's
funny
there.
about Flavio, yeah. Like he doesn't respect Mario intimacy at all. He will be everywhere with Peach on the most emotional moments.
He doesn't respect privacy.
Yeah, privacy, exactly.
He's like CCTV, you know.
About the story, maybe we can
Yeah.
explain some
Excellent.
stuff here. So, yeah, Grodus wanted to take Peach close to the Shadow Queen to actually give her soul, her body to the Shadow Queen, so the Shadow Queen can revive. So that was the whole main quest for him.
Mhm. She needs a vessel, and Peach
Yes.
Peach is a good vessel.
Actually, a pure vessel, I
A
think.
pure vessel. I see. Oh yeah, so Flavio's just kind of there. Everybody else seems really worried about the sky turning black, but Flavio's just kind of hanging out. He's smiling. He's just doing his thing, you know. Look at him go. A big old smile on his face. Oh, it never gets old, man.
Now
He's
we
trying to
can
go
see the
somewhere this
best-
time.
We can see the best skin ever created.
Oh, don't forget to do paper mode ending, Alw0.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I tried
yeah,
to
I
do that
forgot.
last time, but I always forget, man. I'm bad about remembering.
Look
I
at
jumped
her.
on the cutscene, but forgot to press R.
Damn, she's hot.
Okay, man.
Like
I
she's not
think,
very
yeah,
happy about Grodus, so she's gonna destroy him real quick. Show him who is the boss here. Not him,
I-
obviously.
But yeah, we got the best Peach skin here. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this skin is amazing. I wanna make the name out of this one. So she's asking you if you wanna be her slave. Obviously, we don't want that. If you click yes, spoiler alert, you just game over.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. But you have to do it like in purpose because
Yeah.
B won't say yes.
What am I doing?
Only up, down, A.
So as always, we're gonna abuse the point swap, making Yoshi to 1 HP, dealing a lot of damage.
And end of the run. I think I haven't pressed this. I've done the run until the end like for a long time ago.
GG's, man.
So yeah, with your setup, Jake, buying a live shroom during power is very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The live stream kind of makes Palace skip weird, so.
But if you have extra coins to hit Outbrook, and
Oh my god,
so
no,
you
no,
have
no.
all your PF. Nice.
I almost died because I'm stupid. I forget to use the ultra.
Wow.
Scary. Okay, I'm gonna focus here. Try not to die myself.
You
Double
almost done
dip,
your
what's up?
Hackedia. I did yesterday.
So yeah, 3 ground pounds here is enough damage to push her into the next phase. Gonna jump and defend.
So yeah, here on Jake POV we can see like the Shadow Queen being invincible. You absolutely need to hit the end once every turn, to be able to end the sequence after 3 turns and go to the phase 2. So yeah, the public can be very annoying because they will always be trying to throw rocks at you.
Yeah, they
Very
really
good.
like to do it on this fight, especially.
Very kind. Yeah. They are very. I guess it's the Shadow Queen's public.
Right.
Shadow Queen stage.
Woo! Of course she gave me the one attack that could still possibly kill the run. Of course she gave me the one attack that still had a
Oh.
chance of killing the run. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that attack can confuse us, which just means all bets are off. As I said earlier, when you get confused, it's just a 50-50 to just do something
Yep.
that you didn't select. So,
I mean, the sleep one is also a problem. your partner is
Oh, I didn't. I've never even been slept there. I didn't know that was possible. That's evil.
dead.
Sleep and confusion?
I think the attack is like poison, sleeping, and confusion side effect.
Yeah, I've gotten one where it's like a no of it. Look like the status is just like a circle with a line through it. You know, like I
Mhm.
think that prevents you from buffing or something. You know, but
Oh.
I've never seen sleep. That's very scary, dude. Wow.
Maybe this is not the sleep. It's like the dark, you know, the dark blue one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I think that usually gives me like the no status thing.
Okay, maybe it's the no status thing then. And I'm
Okay,
sleeping.
that makes me feel a little bit better. I don't want to get put to sleep on Shadow Queen when I'm already worried about getting confused. Gosh, she's evil.
So from here, this is pretty much 99% a win, unless we are doing a wrong menu.
Pretty
I
much,
should
yeah.
have kept the power punch, by the way. That would be good to have it.
Could you skip a turn here? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, you need to heal with Mario is if he's low HP, otherwise yeah you
Maybe?
can.
No? I don't know.
Since you can't use,
my-
since you're double dipping, you already have to double dip the point swap in the Bushi. If you could triple dip, you
Yeah.
know, if you could use Power Punch, Bushi, and point swap, you might be able to skip a turn, but
Yeah, you can do it on your second turn, but not if you have to heal Mario. Yeah.
even still, I don't think so. That's just 2 extra damage per ground pound, so that's only like, what,
Yeah.
8 extra damage?
I think you're right.
At 16 extra damage, yeah.
Mhm.
I guess it was for the showcase of having a Yoshi, big Yoshi.
Oh yeah, that would, believe me, I would love to see Big Yoshi right now. Don't get me wrong.
So with the
To
power
show
of
his true-
friendship, Peach is with us without being with us, you know, like can
And with the power of Flavio.
yeah,
Don't forget Flavio, he helped too.
like she's sending us the last string she has, healing ourselves, and now back to the Shadow Peach. All right, last fight. Let's do it.
You got it. Oh wait, we didn't do
Wait,
paper
stop
mode
pushing.
ending, dang it.
Ah.
I always forget, man, darn it. Every time.
It's gonna be in 3 turn here. Don't attack me.
With 25 HP, you're chilling, man.
I think I can skip. Yeah, can skip the Ultra Shroom here. Nice. And that should be GG.
GG.
Nice.
Wait, don't tell me I'm golding. because I
Again?
skipped the Ultra Shroom twice.
What?
I think, yeah, I think this is a gold
That's crazy.
by 5 seconds.
Nice.
I don't know how you're golden, man. Cracked.
Now this is a 1 second gold, but still a gold.
He's cracked.
Yeah,
I didn't
two
get any
blood in
golds this run, man.
race.
Jeez. Alright. Just as he's ending the fight, I get to start. So yeah, just double dip. Bushi, point swap. Banger music, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All the music are very, very good.
Many people are using this one and the Soulless 4 music for some YouTube video.
Dude, I hear this song all the time. I hear lots of TTYD songs,
Yeah, right.
like YouTube, like video essays and stuff.
Alright. We
can't
get
blame
destroyed by Hackedia, but Who can blame him? He didn't do a single incentive in his run. Now, I hope you like the run, of course. We will be more than happy to showcase that at the ESA. Very cool game. Also very long game when you play it casually. I don't think many people in the world already saw a run of this game. I don't think ESA hosts Paper Mario 1000 Year Door before. That would be premiere.
Yeah.
GG's.
And even
Also,
if... Yeah, go for it, guys.
no, go for it.
Even if the 3 people race is not like good for ESA marathon, I know it's hard to get a 3 people race. We'd love to get that because this game is amazing. So hopefully we get in with this submission.
Yeah, the glitches are very visual, and we broke the game. We go to each chapter in a different order. I think it has a huge potential for marathon. Yeah.
By the way, real quick,
And-
just wanted to mention that this is probably the best part of having Flavio is just epilogue. So everybody just
Yes.
enjoy.
Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah, to see Flavio and Frankie everywhere.
Sorry, I had to just interrupt real quick with that.
No, you're fine. You're good.
I think it's important to mention that we'll have a commentary to be able to focus way more on our runs during the marathon.
Yeah.
So we are kind of returning to the game for most of us, and we'll be able to grind the game way more for the time we are at the marathon, if we are chosen, of course. So yeah,
Flavio, what are you doing?
this raid doesn't show our true experience of the game, not necessarily, not entirely. I mean.
Yeah, the TTYD runs are volatile. They're crazy. You never really know what to expect. Lots of RNG in multiple places and difficult tricks. So yeah.
Hello, Flavio.
He's just standing on water, no big deal.
He's a pirate, a true pirate.
Oh. He's having some... Oh, never mind. He's fine. Thought he fell in the water, but that was just a joke.
And also, I think it's interesting to mention that it's not our first marathon. We have a bit of experience on it, so we used to the mood of the marathon, being under pressure and stuff like that. Maybe we can share some links to the previous marathon we've done during the submission.
Flavio's ready to go. He doesn't really want to chit chat anymore with these guys. He's just waiting on the ship.
Looking on the right side, yeah.
He's like, I don't really know these people. I didn't meet any of these guys. There is a glitch you can get where the ship is actually invisible. It's insanely rare, but it has happened a couple times. I don't think it's ever happened to me, but I've seen it happen to someone else.
Yeah, I only saw that on Glenn, I think.
Yeah,
Glenn,
same. Oh, I thought, yep, just kidding. Spoke too soon.
This.
Of course he's here. Of course. You thought Flavio? Nah, he's here. He's here. He's always here.
And not just behind, very in between of both of them. Yeah.
He's like PDA patrol, He doesn't want them to hold hands or anything, so he's making them keep their distance.
Acting so strange.
I like how
a
you can see the
bodyguard.
water going over his foot, like he's actually standing right on the surface. That's funny. Oh, man.
The golden hour.
Only a
With
few
the
minutes
golden
left
sea.
here. Just some more tech smashing close to the end, but Yeah, lots of that's sort of the nice thing about the end of TTYD run is there's lots of time to debrief. You know, shout outs and all that stuff. Move on to the next run nice and clean at the end. Oh, there he is.
Back where we started the game. Last input for me, and I will be at the first black frame. GG.
GG.
Well played, Alw0.
Thanks.
So
What a good game! What a good
Yeah.
game.
we thought about having an estimation of 3 hours or 2 to 5.
Yeah, I think we will go with 3, honestly.
Yeah, 3 hours. I think a 3-hour
Including
estimate,
the
and then like
incentive.
310 with the incentive. Somewhere around there. 10 minutes added by the incentive is probably fair to say.
Yeah, and also we have a backup if the pass skip is going wrong.
Yeah.
We still have a backup to pass the pass skip and avoiding overestimating,
Yeah.
because we don't want to perturb the marathon schedule. Perturbate?
I don't know how you do say that.
Disturb. Disturb the
yeah.
marathon schedule. Or mess with it. But until now we've done 3 hours for our marathon and it went always good, so we're confident on it.
Oh, Flavio, no. Poor guy. He can't swim. He's taking too much damage.
Why
I
is
think
not
he's gonna
able to
die.
walk on water now?
Yeah, this scene is my favorite.
Yeah.
He keeps falling again.
This guy is a meme. But yeah, it will be amazing for us to showcase that Isa is so amazing. Everything you're doing for the community and the associations is amazing. Yeah.
And GG. And make sure to look at this right here, right at the beginning of credits. Wait for it.
Nice.
There he goes.
Oh yeah.
One more time. Bye-bye, buddy. We'll miss you, Flavio.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go, GG Jake.
Thank you.
Shout out to our community for all these amazing glitches we have been able to showcase on this run.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah,
amazing,
it's
and
amazing.
there is so much people behind this game. It's unbelievable. So much work. It has been 21 years since the game has been released, and so much has been found on it. And yet, still a lot of stuff remains to be found. Also,
Hackedia, do you want
like
to
the commentary warp.
do you want to showcase tube mode TRE as an incentive?
It would be insane. But oh yeah, but I cannot showcase it right now because I haven't tried it for like a year.
Oh, come
Also-
on. You love tube
And-
mode TRE.
Yeah. You know what? I would be very glad at the end if I finish first, and I have some times. I will showcase it for sure. I think. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
GG's,
this
guys.
is
Good
insane.
stuff.
I hope you like the run. Thanks Jake, thanks Hackedia.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Yeah.
So we will see you in 3 months, no matter what. Hopefully this run will get accepted, but we'll see. Good luck on all
For
the reviews, of course. It's always
Yeah, it
time
might be
to get-
tough.
yeah. And yeah, if anyone wants to say a final word.
No, just thank you for watching.
everything, and- Yeah.
And see
Thank you
you
for your
in
time.
Malmo. Bye guys.
Bye.